Well, there goes the Daverhood. Good morning, everybody. Welcome on this Saturday morning, pre-July 4th. The monkeys, the flying monkeys. Wait, am I slamming them on the thing? Yeah, okay, we'll go one at a time. Here we go.
Sloths.
Sloths, not flying monkeys.
Wizard of Oz.
Togo, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Yes! Okay. So they're sloths, if you haven't watched this program. Why would you? They're sticky, and you throw them.
Will help,
yeah. Here comes, go toss this one a bit higher.
Whoa!
Whoa! And then we got, this guy's not gonna, his
Let's hope.
He's not mucilaginous enough. Here we go. You can see how they're made? There we go. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, here comes another one. Here comes a manta ray. Okay. Oh!
Oh no, that.
Oh, this one should work. This one here. Here comes another flying sloth. Flying away. I think he's stuck. This one might also, except he has issues. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, here comes one more sloth. Gonna try him.
Whoa!
He's stuck. Oh, good.
High.
This one, not high hopes. Not high hopes, my friends. Oh. And this one, no hopes at all. This one is like America going into our next year. This is like, no hope, nothing. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, this one, possibly. This one, here we go. All right.
One more after this. This one.
We have a lot of sloths, Here we go.
Oh!
Bravo.
That's the last one.
And this one might. I'm going to try and get him over more to this side, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, did he take?
You have three in the cluster.
Whoa! I'm going to raise this just so people...
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Must be, whoa.
Oh!
That must be like you're batting. Like when pitchers pitch, but they have like a zone that they always throw the ball in, and that's what they look for. That must be your zone.
That is my...
Whoa.
Oh dear. There was Thurman Munson coming right down, ladies and gentlemen. Oh well. By the way, if you have no idea what we're doing here, what the hell you're doing here, I'm going to try and explain, except I really can't. You're watching... I think we'll save that one for Rosh Hashanah.
You got to practice.
Yeah. I mean, I tried blowing the shofar, but the maid got mad at me. But you're watching Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my darling and adorable and wonderful wife, and all our sloth friends. Potatoes with us, of course. Hi. Something's going on.
Like 2 out of 4 little sloth arms.
Look, we never even changed out potato cottontail from Easter. Oh, they're falling.
Look at the one he's hanging on by that one thread.
Also, this is also irritating me, so I'm going to just get a little piece of tape behind the hinds thing here. This is...
Oh, I thought you were going to say Boris needs some breakfast.
Smack those.
That's a good idea. Very good idea.
Yes. I'm going to smack that bitch up, I am. Here we go. This one ain't going to work. All right, maybe.
No, the ones that there are good.
These guys are good? All right, here we go.
Just be careful, don't damage the wall, honey.
Oh, what's more important, the wall or sloths that stick to the wall?
Let them be free.
There we go. That's enough. All right, here we go. I'm lost. Okay, welcome everyone.
You're welcome. You're going to tell them who's on the guest
episode,
the itinerary. Give me your phone so I can make sure that you're live, Poppy. I got it.
Amazingly enough, this is the 988th episode.
I love what you did with the numbers. It looks very pretty.
Thank you, sweetie. Of the Dave's Gone By program with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my wonderful wife. And we've been doing this honestly, since 2002, when we were on terrestrial radio, and you couldn't see our billion-dollar set design extravaganza that we have for you. And we mix humor and talk and culture and interviews and all sorts of nonsense for a couple of hours every Saturday morning. We were late. Oh boy! Oh dear! He's on Skid Row right there.
He went.
Yeah, we started on late night on weekends, and not that late, like 10 or 11 o'clock, and then evenings during the week, and then we've been doing Saturday mornings for years now. And of course, over the past 6 or 7 years, we've been video as opposed to just a radio or podcast. So this is what we do, and it's all for fun. Allows me to vent for a couple of hours a week. Yep, that's our guest in the Daverhood today.
Okay.
So I might as well tell you who the guest is. His name is Pablo.
You don't have a hat like you should be wearing your. You have.
I don't have an aviator hat.
You need some kind of. No, he's wearing. It's a chicken, isn't it?
No, he's actually a pilot. Was.
Why is he wearing that hat?
Because that's like a World War something pilot. My wife was talking about the photo that I posted just a little while ago to remind people to watch the program. And that our guest, Pablo Lewin, is not a fighter pilot, but he had been a commercial jet pilot, I think flying for TWA for many, many years. And he's got stories to tell about that. But through those years, and certainly into his later life, he's not that old, but certainly into later life, he has become a stand-up comedian, doing tons of shows, particularly on the West Coast where he lives. And also Pablo, basically I found him not because he's been playing around New York much, but he posts a lot on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook. And he is, if you think Rabbi Sol Solomon is a Zionist, you should hear this guy. So it's going to be a lot of fun when Rabbi Sol talks to Pablo Lewin in the Daverhood today, because he's got stories about being a comedian, stories about being stories about being, I swear to you, an astronomer. The man has telescopes like in his yard and in his shed, and he's not just amateur about this. I mean, he's published papers and things. So a tremendously interesting fellow, Pablo Lewin, our guest, with Rabbi Sol Solomon in the Daverhood. And speaking of the great, the wonderful, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Sol, he will also make another appearance today in the Daverhood. No, we didn't bring him to blow the shofar. No, he's got a rabbinical reflection all about the mayoral primary that happened in New York on Tuesday. You might not be surprised that he has some thoughts about Zohran Mamdani, the presumptive Democrat nominee who's going to be running against the independents, going to run against the Republican candidate, which might be Curtis Sliwa. Anyway, Rabbi Sol is, as you might expect, a little bit enraged. And if you haven't watched his video already, you get a chance to see it today on Dave's Gone By. Rabbi Sol, by the way, is the founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. Well, what about my camera?
Just wipe off your camera.
Okay, this is going to take a moment. Yeah, we seem a little foggy fuzzy.
Yeah.
What magic to do. Hold on, I have a disgusting phlegm-filled hanky. Here we go. La 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 la. Better?
Wait, I'm waiting. It's delayed.
Anyway.
You're still talking about Curtis Sliwa on here.
See,
it's slower.
Yeah, no, it's like a 7 to 10 second delay. Yeah, I get that. But anyway, I wiped the lens, so I should be crystal clear. It's just the lighting is not great. I should have had maybe a ring light or something on the other side.
Want me to get it?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You want the ring light or the little light?
What little light?
We have like that little light.
Oh, the lamp. Yeah, but I can't put the light on this. I need the ring light to put on this side. But thank you for offering. And so that's part of what's going to be on Dave's Gone By. A lot of rabbinical things. But there's more. You think Judaism is the only religion we care about on Dave's Gone By? Kind of, yes. But no, my friends. Today, we go far afield for StoryTime. And we found this book in a Dropbox locally. Ladies, we have no idea what the hell this is. And I've looked it over. I still have no idea. Thank you very much, dear.
You need to wear this. That might help.
Uh-oh, here we go. Something festive and patriotical.
It doesn't have batteries.
Well, yeah, that was your complaint last night. But here we go. This is going to work. There it is. Try this this way. But this looking me a little.
I'm not.
This looking me a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. Nice. That looks great.
Thank you, there.
I see the light. The light looks really good. Yeah.
I see the light. She's seen the light.
We
Yes.
have another ring light, but
No,
you have to plug it in the thing.
So.
Oh, look how much better.
Oh yeah. Oh, looking good. I'm looking sharp, baby.
It's much better with the clean lens and the light. Yeah.
So this is a book. I can't even read the darn thing. It's Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva. The second part I knew. And it's some kind of religious book that is put out by Living Buddha.
So it's
Yeah.
It's like my mother's friends. My mother's friends were practicing Buddhists. It's to teach children probably how to be a good Buddhist and meditate.
Yeah. Well, if not all the time, now and then. So we're not going to be insulting about it, but we are going to make fun of it. This is some kind of children's book all about teaching them Buddhism and also about Asian anime. This will be fun. We'll be reading this on StoryTime later in the program. Plus, of course, we will have Greeley Times, because my wife and I lived in Colorado for a bunch of years, and there's a newspaper there called the Greeley Tribune, and the Tribune has a fun column every week where they get the police logs of phone calls of people calling the dispatchers at the police department and saying, help, 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 something weird's going on. Most of those calls, a lot of those calls are pretty funny. They go in the paper, we get them out of the paper and share them with you in Greeley Times. Plus, we have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where we are going to Bunion, Colorado. And that makes me feel like we should also do a Bunyan watch today, because we have Bunion, Colorado, and Bunyan watch.
But your foot sling?
I have this. I've got, I don't have my Bunyan holder thing.
Maybe you can go free.
Yeah.
Freewheel it.
So we'll have Bunyan watch.
Maybe Bob Dylan will sketch your Bunyan. That would be nice.
Ooh.
He's doing the sketches. You could sketch your Bunyan.
Yeah. Dylan, who is just non-stop, man. I'm so envious of this. Bob Dylan hasn't put out new music in a couple of years, but he's been working in other arts. He's been making a lot of wrought iron things, and apparently he's been doing sketches and ink drawings and paintings, of course, but he's putting out a book of like 100 ink drawings, which no one would care about if he weren't Bob Dylan. He has some level of artistic talent, but if he didn't put like that signature under everything he does, and you see it for $10 at a yard sale, you'd be like, oh, that's interesting, and you buy somebody else's. But hey, the man, it keeps him going, it keeps his creative juices flowing while he's touring. Let's not forget, he's still out there with a never-ending tour. It's not like he's settled down, and is just doing home stuff and hopefully working on Chronicles Volume 2. They say he is. They say that will eventually come out. I'm live, and I'm saying something on Dave's Gone By. Join us on Dave's Gone By. Thank you. So,
let me put the hearts on it.
but that's all that stuff on this very episode, June 30th, 2025, our 988th Dave's Gone By.
Tell people when the guest is on, because sometimes they think, a lot of people ask if the guest starts when the show starts,
Oh, yeah. This happens sometimes when we have someone who hasn't been on the show. They're a guest, and then they tell people who've never heard of Dave's Gone By, hey, I'm on the show. Listen, they tune in at 9 a.m. expecting to see them right there, and it's like, no, we're a 3-hour show, and the guest joins us generally in the 10 o'clock.
9:30 to 10,
9:30 to 10 or 10 to 10:15.
Yeah, 10 to 10:15.
Yeah. So that's what's going to happen today. If you're waiting for Pablo, and by the way, we're calling this episode AKA Pablo. Get it? You have to be my age to get it, but yeah. But yeah. Pablo's going to be with us in about an hour, I would say. And then we have other stuff to do, as we have said. How are you, dear?
Good. I'm doing my exercise for myself,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay. Good.
Yeah, we've been doing these online.
I like it. It's from the health plan. This is probably the best health plan I've had, because they give you so much preventative stuff. But they gave us it's what would you call it? Like online workouts? I mean, I don't know how to describe it the best way.
Coordinated for us. It's not like just pre-recorded.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, there are videos pre-recorded, but they're all anywhere from.
They're selected by somebody who has a doctorate in physical therapy.
Right. And they're not, at least the ones we're getting so far, are not terribly onerous.
But they're going to go up with this. Ratchet it up.
Yeah. So a lot of it is stretching, certain movement things, certain not too terrible kind of push-up stuff, and some light weights and bands and things. We're managing. I would blink and do these things when I was 40 and go, that was it? That's not even a workout. That's not even a warm-up. Now I'm like, fuck, it's over. I'm like, I had to lift my legs. I don't want to lift my legs anymore. Can someone lift my legs for me, please? I mean, I'm at that age, but we're doing it. We're proud of the doing. And we can do it in our house. Don't have to schlep to a gym.
And the equipment is really easy. Like they give you the bands, but it's weights. I mean, if we do go to, we'll have to look for another 3-pound weight just for that.
If we find one, yes.
But I think it's fun.
Yeah, and it's not, and it gets us, well, not that we're not moving, we walk, we go, we do, but it's a concerted sort of effort, something we can do together, which is kind of nice.
So we live in very sedentary jobs. It's not like imagine you were like somebody who's stacking shelves at a store.
Right.
Or you're somebody who is like, I don't know, you work in a park and you're constantly doing stuff, or you're a gardener, or you're like a daycare worker where you're always on your feet. A lot of what we're doing is just sitting, or standing at a desk. So it's good to have something a little more,
Particularly in the summer. I mean, we both teach, obviously, in the fall and stuff. So when I teach, I'm a jackrabbit. I probably lose 2 pounds during a semester when I'm teaching. But when I'm not, I'm in my chair.
But also snacking.
Yeah.
That's the...
Yeah. Because if I'm sitting and working on something for more than an hour, I'm like, either I can stop and sleep, or I can have some pretzels, and then that allows me to work for like another 45 minutes.
Pretzels, you mean chocolate gooey yum-yums.
Sometimes pretzels, and sometimes chocolate gooey yum. I like gooey. I don't like gooey.
You used to like caramel a lot.
No, I never like chewy.
Oh, yeah, messy. You don't
caramel.
like messy. You like, yeah.
I like
soft. You don't like messy.
Yeah.
How you liking your new toothbrush, puppy?
Oh, so we went to the dentist. We won't tell everything again, but
Tell your stuff.
well, I've got some wonderful news from the damn dentist, but go there, and we were there about a week ago just for cleanings, and I didn't have a cavity, neither did you. Good for us. We've been good, but it's right. No matter how good you are, it's never good enough for a dentist. No matter, you could sit there like 15 hours a day. Yeah, right? And the dentist comes in.
Toothbrush somewhere. Oh, you have it downstairs, probably.
Yeah. But it's like, no, you're not getting the tartar. You're getting the plaque, but you're not getting the tartar.
Or find the teeth. You have the teeth with you here.
You're getting the plaque and the tartar, but
Demonstrate.
You're brushing so hard. You're brushing so hard that you're taking off the enamel. So keep brushing really hard, but not so hard that you take off. Dentists just never stop, right? I'm telling you. Or I've been always terrible.
No, but we've got a nice new toothbrush. Tell about
Well, yeah, that's what I'm getting to, because I'm bad. I don't brush. I brush once a day, and I am very good about that. I wasn't in my 30s. I lost, I had cavities because I didn't brush every day. I do, but I don't brush after every meal or before every meal. I don't brush twice a day, which everybody really should. I brush once a day well, right? And it's been good. But not good enough. So then she says, yeah, you're brushing, but, if you have a hand toothbrush, right, it's like you're using, I don't know, an 8mm projector to watch movies now. It's doing some job, but it's not doing the job it ought to do. And we have a water pick. We've got the water thing. No, not the water pick. Those are fine. You should use those too, because dentists is always like, do this, and then, go to Tennessee and go under a certain fountain and floss there, and then you should really come back. No. But she's like, you should also have this toothbrush kind of thing that we use in the dentist's office, which is an electric toothbrush. Apparently it does 40 times the job of a hand. How?
It just goes round and round. It has a little round skirt.
It's just, and you get the gum, and it goes, and you have to do your back teeth and stuff better than you're doing. So all right, we relent. We buy this little vibrating electric toothbrush thing and the only annoying thing about it, and I'm Jewish, I have to find the annoying things about things. It's fine. It's great. You hold it. You put a little toothpaste on it. You don't have to use a lot of toothpaste because it's a small little head. And then it goes 30 seconds. It's very clever. After 30 seconds, it sort of does a little spastic dip.
Yeah.
And that reminds you, time to move to the next quadrant of your mouth.
Very true.
So it takes 2 minutes to do the whole mouth. 30, 30, 30, 30. Right? Clever. And it's just the right amount of time for toothbrushing. It's great. That's fabulous. It sort of keeps you honest. Like, I'm bored. 5 more seconds? All right. You move it up to the next quadrant. But then, why they can't make it easier to change the heads on these things? Because what you do is, my wife has a head, she has a great head on her shoulder, but she has a head, and I have a different head. Obviously, we don't use the same toothbrush. So you got to pull off one head, put that somewhere, and then pop on this other head so that other person can use the same base and do their teeth. If I tell you, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep, it's the last thing I do before.
You don't have to take off the thing, I'll do it.
Yeah, but you're supposed to take off the thing, and I grip it, my hand is slippery.
No, you're not supposed to. There's a little button on the back for yours.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little green button, and you flip the button, and it comes right off.
Really?
Yeah. It's a little tab on the back. So you snap it on the back. It's like a little thing. Here, I'll get it.
My wife married an idiot.
I'm going to not get the one you use because you might have broken it. But
I probably did break it because I'm pulling at the thing. It won't come off. My hand is sliding. It's touching the brush, which is the last thing you want to do with the goo on your hands, to touch the brush that you're trying to get into your gums so that you don't get gum disease from bacteria, except your hands are full of bacteria. But I'm going to learn something now.
This is one you haven't used. See on the back? When you pop it in, that thing pops out and you just pop the button.
How do you pop the button?
You can see on the back
I see it, but it's indented.
No, when it's on the thing, it sticks out. You press it, it pops off. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to try that tonight.
Yes.
I'm going to try that tonight.
Now it's empty, but when it's full with stuff, you can use that. It's not. I know not use. But when you put it in, the button sticks out. You press it, the thing will come off. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense because I'm tugging, I'm pulling, I'm cursing at the thing. It's like,
just press the little button, it pops off. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you do.
By the way, that sounds like masturbation too, but Anywho, these aren't even. I think we need to bring these to the dentist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we went to the dentist, and we enjoy our dentist. It's kind of a noisy place. Maybe I wish someone would tell them to lower their music because sometimes I play this thumping, dum, 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 like almost EDM music at the fucking dentist.
I don't hear that. I've never heard that there.
I think they play in the waiting room more than the.
I don't hear EDM music.
Yeah, they play some Vivaldi. Play some Chopin.
Why? What's the bougie?
Play or Mantovani and Muzak. No, they're playing like top 40 hits from the 1980s.
They're trying to calm people because people have a fear of the dentist.
There's nothing calm about that music. It makes me anxious. I'm sitting there. I'm like, it's got that heavy bass thing, like when a car goes by.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. You're in the chair. You don't hear it.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting in the waiting room, and I'm like, Jesus, can't they just? It's a dentist's office. That's a little loud and thumpy. God.
Tell them.
Well, I'm there, once every 6 months or whatever. We're both there.
Maybe it's for them to calm down too.
Yeah, but I would like a more sedate. One of the reasons we chose or chose to stick with this dentist is that when you sit in the chair,
oh yeah, it's lovely.
They're essentially facing the backyard of a church, and they still do. They have birds. They took away the bird feeder.
No, it's still there.
It's still there.
In the room I was, she showed me in the book. It's like a not a cardinal, like a house sparrow, and then a purple sparrow. But in Maryland they mated, so you can't tell which one. But she has the bird book. They were gorgeous. It's like a little red-headed bird.
Yeah,
That's
see,
beautiful.
that is calming for me.
Tell them we're going to get your hummingbird thing today.
I was very, very happy.
It's called, I have to look, I'm going to look for that name of the store.
The syrup? Oh, yeah. Well, we have bags of syrup and stuff in our thing.
I want to see bird.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, a holder. Because these past couple of weeks, we've been living for almost 3 years now in Maryland, in northern Maryland. And we have a nice backyard, a nice house in suburban Maryland with a backyard that, especially in weather where
Look how they have the feeder like completely in the woods, not connected to anything.
Yeah, that's what we need. We have animals. And animals that we're very happy to see. When I talk about rat, I'm sure there's field mice everywhere. But
there's 3 tips for placing your hummingbird feeder.
Yeah, read them.
Okay. I think that we have to learn. That's what we need to do better. But we have the feeder, which I cleaned after the ant infestation. And then we have the hummingbird syrup, which
Right, we have it downstairs.
So we just need to figure out how to place it.
Simple one. Let the hummingbirds see your feeder. Okay, this is good. I'm not going to read all that. Hummingbird feeder should be 10 to 15 feet from cover. They don't like to stay out in the open.
Wait, they don't like the open, or they do?
They don't like to be in the open when they're not feeding. They're all about conserving energy when they can, because their wings are going 8,000 miles a minute. That's why it's best to place a feeder 10 to 15 feet from a tree, shrub, or other appropriate hiding place. Doing so gives them a place to rest and stay out of the sun. Shouldn't it be next to a tree if they need a hiding place?
In front of your window. If that's where they're going to the flowers, we might as well put a feeder there, so they have a feeder.
On the flip side, hummingbirds who suddenly feel vulnerable.
I need therapy.
We'll visit a therapist.
They do telehealth.
But they'll appreciate a quick getaway route from the feeder. So give them nearby cover to do just that. Who has the time and energy? And place the feeder where you can see it, because that's the point. You want to be able to enjoy their beauty. Because this week we saw, without our feeder up,
I want to get
hummingbirds.
a feeder
by my window, if we can. But we got to get a thing and a thing. It's.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to figure this out. I want pictures now.
Because that's really wonderful. One of the things that we saw our first year here was hummingbirds, because the previous owners.
You got to be careful, because the hummingbird nectar can ferment. They don't like it.
Oh. Well, I guess in the sun it'll turn into like corn mash or something and whiskey. You don't want drunk hummingbirds, because they fly very fast and the traffic accidents are terrible. But the previous owners of this house had a hummingbird feeder, and we would sometimes see hummingbird go to the feeder. And hummingbirds far away are creepy AF, because they look like insects.
In Colorado, remember?
Yeah. Well, that was a place that they had a bunch of feeders all in a line. That was in Pingree Park. And you just see like 20 hummingbirds going at them. It was fantastic. But far
Everybody
away.
has it off the port. Oh, here, okay.
Far away, they're almost like wasps or big bees. You don't realize that, wait a minute,
You have to clean
those
the
are
feeder
birds.
every 2 days.
Oh, really? That was a problem. We used to leave it up for
That's
weeks.
the problem.
Because we would get hummingbirds once we took over the house and started filling it and doing the feeder thing. And it was occasionally fabulous. We would see hummingbirds come for the feeder.
Should we just try to put it where it is now? We'll just clean
Yeah,
it
let's clean it up.
Okay.
The hummingbirds would come for the feeder, but then there was other movement going on, because we had the feeder near, right just by our porch, and we have a porch cover too, like an awning thing, and the awning looked like it was weirdly moving or waving, and then what we realized was there was a parade of ants going up like the pole of the awning, across the awning, to the feeder to take the sweet hummingbird fluid, it was really sugar water, and then bring it back to Mama Ant and the whole ant colony. And it's just like lines of hundreds of ants, which we did not want going to the house. So that was the end of hummingbird feeding for that season. So we want to figure out a way.
This is brilliant.
Show me what? Tell
They
me.
have it in a pot with a stick.
That's
brilliant.
Oh.
They have like a plant pot, and then they have like we have with the
Well, I'll show that.
the
Yeah.
feeder stand, and then they have
Yeah. Instead of having
and we could move it.
Look at this. Look at this.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Look. Every time I grab the phone, it changes. But yeah, we can take just a regular plant pot
Here, hold it on the side, so you got it.
and put the hummingbird feeder in the pot, in dirt in the pot,
Yeah.
and just keep it.
Let me look and see if they have any kind of freestanding stands that we could use. But we have to be careful when there's a storm or something.
Well, that's why they dig the bird feeders in, and also we don't want our mower to or when the gardeners come.
They won't. They see a bird pot.
But it was great to see hummingbirds, I've got to say.
This guy has a pot with, I guess, sand in it, better than dirt. Sand is way heavier. I'm going to look in Home Depot or something to see if they...
Yeah.
Okay.
So that we're thinking about, this time of year, not to mention, we've had a very rainy May and June, despite the heat wave that we had earlier this week. And it just made for so much greenery and so much lushness, and that has to be incredibly inviting for animals and birds to come on by.
You learn new friends.
Yeah. Well, also we had deer. We've had deer for years, and
Just a ton of them.
Ton of what?
But I don't know what the base is. I'm looking. Let's see.
Is my phone here? I don't think
I have your phone.
Can I have it? Oh, you have my phone. Okay. When we get a chance, I'll show the video that I took of the deer in our backyard, because we had seen, and I mean, whatever, maybe the best thing about having a nice little house in suburban Maryland
It's the one with this 52, yeah.
52, yeah. Oh, 52 seconds.
That's what I'm trying to,
yeah.
Just trying to cue you in because there's a lot of stuff going on there.
So yesterday or 2 days ago, overnight, I get up to pee at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm maybe 61 years old. I may be old, but I still get out of bed to pee. So I'm very proud of myself for that. I look out the window and I see, is that what I think it is? Because it's dark, I can't really make it out. And yeah, there's not one but two deer sleeping on our lawn, which is the most wonderful thing. One sort of wakes up.
The babies
No. These are the two grown-ups.
Oh, the parents probably.
Which we have not seen together.
No.
We usually see one
Maybe one
adult.
has the one baby and one has the other two babies.
Yeah, because there are three fawns, and
I think two are boys and one is a girl.
well, maybe the girl stays with
the other
mom
one,
or
the
dad.
two boys that they jump around.
Yeah, because I took this video, and hold on, let me see if I can pause it. Let's see if I can pause. This is just our backyard. There's a mama or dada with two fawns that are so comfortable but they're not paying rent. They're not contributing. It's not like To Kill a Mockingbird where they're bringing us buckets of syrup and feed in exchange for legal work. No, they're just using our yard.
They could bring us some maple syrup or something. They could have some kind of industry going on, but they don't.
So
Very cute.
I took off my automatic turnaround on this thing.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, because I want to show it on
I know you do.
the lengthwise side. But yeah, I find that automatic turn thing really annoying on a phone. But so this, when I'm sitting there working at my computer, I look out the window, and this happens. This is, I feel like
Your phone is very gitchy. So here.
oh, what's the matter
Like
with
this.
Okay,
It just don't move. Okay, good. Okay.
all right, here we go.
That's you're hitting your volume up when you're touching that. Yeah.
Those are baby deer.
Baby deers. Bambi.
I mean, they're as rambunctious as like lambs or goats or something.
Sure.
Look at that! Woo! And they're learning to play. They're learning to be social. They're learning to have fun.
Oh my goodness.
They're learning just how far they can go away from the parent, but still know that the parent is kind of watching them and being safe. Whee! Isn't that lovely? Isn't that? I mean, this just makes me so unbelievably happy when I see that happening. And I don't have to go to a zoo. I don't have to go to a preserve.
Very adorable, those babies.
Yeah. And we also get bunnies and things like that. Even in Long Island, you get bunnies.
Your
But
phone is very twitchy with this stuff.
yeah, no, that's why I don't have the
I
automatic
fixed it, yeah.
turn.
I
Yeah.
fixed it for you here. It's
Thank
okay.
you, dear.
You
So,
saw your TV show, right?
what else? Oh, I made some notes. What else do we talk
Take
about?
Pictures here. You got all your pictures.
Oh, all right. Let's do the pictures. Yeah, they're on your phone though. Those are yeah.
I'm giving it. Hold on here.
So we weren't on air last week.
Here's your latest
We-
one.
Oh, we skipped away. Oh, this was
Yesterday was National Ice Cream Day. Oh, you
Oh.
know that?
it was ice cream and cake day.
Oh, yes.
At least according to the calendar in Wegmans
But
supermarket.
come on, what else is there? There's the IRS, and then there's the Wegmans calendar. Those two things are,
Basically, two completely different things.
they're the law.
We go to Korean, right?
I don't know what it is.
Japanese.
Because they have mocha.
I think it's Japanese. An ice cream shop
I think it is Japanese as well.
in nearby Hunt Valley. And, it's not, the heat wave is broken. It wasn't really bad, but we still felt like ice cream. It wasn't even lunchtime, but we just felt like, this is here. It's really good. Let's get some ice cream.
There's Hunt Valley mocha.
That's it. That might be it.
No, I think, is it called the Sweet Spot on Shuan? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it's on Shuan.
Yeah.
It says not too sweet, but delicious. That's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
David, it's called the sweetest spot.
Makes sense.
It says, it was good. This is exactly what we ate. Here, you could show them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But she gave us way more chips.
Yeah, she was very nice
She
about
covered
it.
on the bottom and the top. We had chips on the bottom of the ice
Yeah,
cream,
we had-
and we had chips on the top. And you could get milk, ice cream, mochi ice cream, or one other. I don't know.
Or mango, something. I mean, there are only a few flavors, but they're
No,
good.
the ice cream
But
is
you're not
just-
vanilla and
No,
regular.
the ice cream is always, you just lost the thing, David.
Yeah.
The ice cream is always vanilla.
But the thing that intrigued me, besides being the place being very tasty, a little overpriced. I mean, $7 for a little ice cream cup. But, when you're in the mood, you're in the mood. But this is one of their logos. I don't,
I have a new friend, honey.
because they do a lot of boba. They do boba teas and chai things there.
I want to read what it says.
This was literally me yesterday morning, pointing at their logo. Let me show you.
Koyo matcha.
Pollo.
But the tea, Koyo.
Koyo.
Locations, Koyo.
So there's a straw. There's a tongue.
Japanese tea culture. That's why I probably like
Yeah.
it.
But why does he have a very pronounced ass?
Everybody does.
Well, okay, fair enough. If you're eating food from this person, what is it that... Oh, I keep wondering why my finger is still in the shot, and I realize my finger is part of the picture. I'm a moron! Okay, but there he is. Yeah. Why they gave him buttocks?
Chocolate mousse cake and roll cake.
Ooh.
They had tea lover, but I don't think they had plain tea. Let's see. I want to see the tea. I don't want a green tea, a matcha. I don't want this.
Matcha man. So anyway, that's our new friend. What was that?
Oh, they make floats too. Look.
Oh, that's
That
nice.
looks good. Yeah.
So, and this, by the way, is a tree. When I mentioned that the dentist has a nice backyard, this is the tree outside the dentist office. So, I wasn't kidding about that.
They have Kyoto Brulee milk tea. Fruit tea. They have so many teas, but I'm looking for just plain old black tea. They don't have that. I think
Which is weird, right? Yeah.
I guess they do. Everybody has their. I don't know. Remember, my colleague gave me the tea from Japan. I need to try.
Oh yeah. And I mentioned the weather. I mentioned that we had this heat wave, but still hasn't stopped raining. Even during these 90-something degree days, almost every one of them was punctuated by at least some time where it was raining, which was a big savior for the lawns and for everything. And we also got a rainbow. This is kind of a view from our house of not that this is remotely interesting to viewers at all, but it's always nice to see a rainbow. This should be interesting to viewers, though. And I've talked about this on the program several times now because my wife...
tried this one, the high chai cup.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looks good.
But my wife and I, due to circumstances well beyond our control, have been forced to schlep back and forth to the East Coast every other week, every third week to New York to deal with family things and stuff like that. So one of the salvaging points of doing that, I mean, I get to go to the theater sometimes, which is the big saving grace.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is on our travels, when we're not taking Amtrak, when we're splurging on a lift to go back and forth, because it's about 200 miles, is that we stop, whether we need to or not. Initially, it's because one of us has to pee, the driver has to pee, or we really need a beverage.
Gas. Sometimes the car needs gas, too.
Sometimes the car needs gas. But at this point, it's kind of worked into the deal. We're going to stop at a New Jersey rest stop.
That's true.
Right. Even if because when we're coming from Maryland, where we are, Jersey is only an hour away. And it's because you go through Delaware in about 20 minutes, and then you're already into Jersey. And Jersey's a long trip, but we'll be in the car for an hour, and it's like we have to stop. It's like what the fuck we have to stop for? Because it's a New Jersey rest stop, and because the New Jersey rest stops, some of them, the good ones, have.
The good ones. Oh wait! You want a frog?
I mean, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Have outside them.
Well, this one had an extra person with it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Normally, what you get is a frog outside the rest stop, and we talked about this, and we've shown there is a garbage container specifically designed really for kids. So when families come to the rest stops and they want to teach kids to throw away their detritus, their whatever they've eaten, their cups and stuff, instead of just here, go to the garbage can, throw out your stuff, there's an adorable giant green frog garbage can with an open mouth where the children can throw their and be encouraged. So, that's so cute. It's fun. It's a cute thing, the Froggo garbage can. And it gives me delight to see them and to interact with them literally just outside the rest stop area, whether it's the Walt Whitman rest stop, the Woodrow Wilson.
See, we have a running text chain of like which ones are good, which ones are bad. Didn't you write the
I did, yeah.
People?
Oh, I wrote. Finally, I did this week because I've been lazy about it. But this past week or a little over a week ago, I was like, that's it. I am so tired of not being able to go to the Grover Cleveland rest stop, the Thomas Edison rest stop. There's one or two others where there are no frogs. You figure there'd be 2 frogs in front of every New Jersey rest stop. It'd be part of their thing. But no. Some rest stops have only 1. I think Molly Pitcher has just 1. And then some have 2. And some have none. Some of the presidents have none, although Woodrow Wilson has 2.
Yes.
And so we particularly make it our business to stop at rest stops that have the frogs so I can interact with them, so I can take pictures with them, so I can enjoy the beauty of the rest stop frogs.
You really do enjoy the beauty of it, I know.
Yeah, this is a joyous thing. And so finally, I wrote to, because I'm nuts, the New Jersey, because there's nothing else going on in the world that requires my attention or help. I wrote to the New Jersey Transit Authority to say, hey, when we come across and we have to go back and forth to New York, we stop at these rest stops, and it is a joy to see these ridiculous giant frog garbage cans. Mm-hmm. Why on earth aren't they at every stop? And could you please, get back to me urgently on this and contact Trump and contact banks and contact RFK, because this is a health issue. You want your garbage going somewhere. I have not heard back from them.
True. That's very
Yes, of course it's true. Boom, boom.
Good job, honey.
They did send me a form letter saying they received my comment. My comment has yet to be addressed by the... you never know. Maybe in a few weeks when they have like an assembly in the fall.
You should go there. Like the people who go, God bless them, like a town hall or something. Like you should go to like Secaucus or something and be like, or find the town that does that and be like, do you feel cheated as residents? Other towns have 2 frogs. You have 1 or none. You should get like angry up the people to like.
Yes.
You should do a letter writing campaign.
I mean, if they don't do action on this, I'm going to give them a chance to take action because we know what the frogs cost. You can buy a brand new Froggo garbage can.
I'm sure Jersey could get a discount.
It's $650 for one of these things, by the way. And I'm not joking. It's not the.
New Jersey could get a discount in bulk. I mean, they're buying they buy 5 of them. They could probably get some.
Yeah, they could get them for $600 instead of $650 or something like that. So if they spend maybe $4,000, they can have a frog at every single rest stop.
What they should do is have them done up differently. Like what if you were smart? The way that you get people to the different rest stops is every frog has a number or a riddle
Or
a
paint
clue.
them.
Like,
Yes.
right, and then the children have to go from rest stop to rest stop, or anybody, and then if you get all the frogs, you get something, but then also it'll force people to buy something. So you have to buy something at the rest stop and show your receipt, and then they stamp it with a frog or something, like a frog card.
Yeah, but then we would never make it to New York. Because we set out at 6 in the morning, and then we have to stop at this one. We have to go across the highway to the northern side, or and by 9 hours later, we'd be crawling into the Holland Tunnel, But the weird thing, I don't know how you felt. I mean, it just felt weird.
What?
When we went to this one stop this past weekend,
Yeah.
I go to the frog, because I always take a picture with one of the
And
frogs.
there was
or
only
both of
one
them.
at this one, but we had not me, it wasn't me, but someone had to go to the bathroom. It wasn't me, just so you know. It's always me, but it wasn't me.
No, it was the driver, which is perfectly fine.
But everybody thinks it's always me.
And we made sure to tell the driver, okay, this rest stop has frogs. We can stop here and get gas.
No, it has a frog, a single
frog. Yeah, I think it's Molly Pitcher. But we get there, and it's a little weird because there's a guy standing by the frog.
I said it was a kid, and the driver's like, he's 30.
Yeah, this is sort of not teenage black person, male, bouncing a basketball.
He was wearing a basketball outfit.
Yeah. I mean, you can see just in the tail end of this photograph, the kid. And it's like, all right, fine. So he's staying in the shade.
The driver said he wasn't a kid. The driver said he's 30 if he's a day. You know?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He looked youngish to me, but I can't.
But why would you, yeah.
But he's not just there staying out of the, or waiting for a van or something. But he's raising money for like a high school basketball team or something. He's got no table.
And no teams with them.
No.
It's always bad when you're a team and you're alone. It doesn't look good for the team.
Yeah, he's got the jersey, he's got the shorts, he's got a basketball that he keeps bouncing, and he's just repeating rote like every 5 seconds, give money to basketball team, money to basketball team. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, nobody's paying attention, nobody wants to deal with this person. It's like...
Most people, this is honestly true. When most people stop at a rest stop, if they're families, they want to get the heck out of the car. Like if you're driving with your family for hours, you want to get out. The kids want food or they want toys. Remember that little Hello Kitty? All the kids are buying it. The parents probably want to go to the bathroom and get food. Nobody really wants to engage with other people.
Yeah. But even when they're coming out and they peed and they've got...
But they want to get in the car and get where they're going. Nobody wants to engage.
They don't want to donate to some nondescript basket. They don't want to engage with a stranger with nobody around him, with no signage, with no...
And he's alone. Usually if there's a team, teams have more than one human.
Yeah. It was also blazingly hot, so I can understand if the rest of the team was in a bus and it just took shifts. It was like, Leroy, you go out.
There was no bus.
Yeah, there's not, no.
And then our friend, Pierre's like, he's 30 if he's a day. I was like, oh, God. I said, did you see that kid? He said he was 30 if he's a day.
Yeah, I just...
We were going to leave you there next time to collect for frogs.
I would do that.
You could do like a dance and you could...
Like that Molly Pitcher, if I raise $700, that is enough to buy a frog.
$700 in like 3 weeks for frogs. What would you be...
What do you mean 3 weeks?
I mean, like you'd have to be out there a long time.
I have to be out there pretty long.
We'll give you a quarter. How many quarters do you need?
A quarter?
They're not going to give you a lot of money. They didn't get nothing, that kid.
Yeah, well, yeah. But he wasn't raising money for frogs, which is a legitimate cause. Mm-hmm. These are for some basketball team that may not even exist. The frog, you see, there's one frog.
What they should do, David, is have the frog's name. Like put the frog in honor of somebody.
Yes.
And that would do it. Like I would buy a frog for you.
Well, wait a minute. Think about it. Woodrow Wilson put the frog in a suit, maybe. Edison, you could have a frog.
People, like I would dedicate the frog, I'd say to my husband who loves frogs, and I would dedicate
like that, yeah.
Like individual people could do it, or organizations, like environmental organizations, or like what's the garbage place, the garbage company?
Waste management?
Yeah, like waste management could be like donated. You know how they have the highways are cleaned by different people?
Yes!
They could have different organizations, like maybe the aquarium could donate a frog or pay,
Makes sense.
Organizations could sponsor a frog.
I agree.
They could put their little banner of who
Yeah.
sponsored the frog.
It's like when you go to the theater and some of these.
Recycling could do it.
Yes, yeah. Like you go to the theater and you see the seat in front of you. This seat was
Yes,
donated by so and so.
correct.
This frog
Yes.
was donated by.
Yeah, it was donated by like the New Jersey Aquarium or the, I don't know, whatever.
Yes.
Like Reptilicon could donate one.
Wow.
It would have fireworks coming out of it.
This frog was donated by Topless Annie's, just off Route 8.
It doesn't matter.
Does-
As
no,
long
of course.
as they have,
Yeah.
I mean,
I love it.
There's some adopt a highway groups that are kind of a little bit unusual. So as long as they, they pay for the frog, right?
So it was nice to see frogs going back and forth to New York. So what else? Any other great photographs coming up on here to share with? Oh, and then of course, so we're staying in a hotel on the Upper West Side of.
Here, can I throw
Oh,
this to you?
Christian, thank you. Perfect.
That could be the prototype.
Well, what does a lonely frog do when there's no female frog around?
Croaks.
Rub it.
Croaks.
Yeah, go. Anywho, we're on this hotel in the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and if you're staying in a New York hotel, unless you're paying like $500 a night.
Show them the video.
We took
You
video.
and the chocolate man.
Oh, that way, yeah. Oh, I'm going sequentially with the
Okay,
vids
sure,
here,
sure.
or the photographs here. So, and it's compared to the hotels in Midtown, it's definitely a step up. Midtown, you're basically paying for location, and I mean, you're probably better off. Literally, you get more room and enjoyment in a Motel 6 in New Jersey than you would in a New York Midtown hotel for the price. It's just
It's location.
yeah, and time. If you're unlucky enough to need a Friday night, those are the worst. I mean, you get sort of stuck, and each one has its pluses and minuses. So this time we're like, you know what? Midtown is noisy, it's crazy. You wait 10 years for an elevator in the hotel. Let's just try same price range, but let's move uptown a little bit to more of the Upper West Side. So we find a hotel that is off of Riverside Park in Manhattan, and it is almost like another world. It really is like.
That's my house. That's in my house now.
Upper
West Side is where I was living and breathing. Yeah.
Because suddenly you have a view, and it's not a view of another hotel.
It was Riverside Park.
Yes, that is the trees, greenery, people in the park doing feng shui.
Squirrels falling down.
Yeah.
We don't know if the squirrel died.
No, it probably. I'm sure it did. But a lot of squirrels moving and trees chasing each other. One looked like it fell, but we didn't see any splaggage. So, but this is from a hotel window. We finally, we thought we'd have to go out of New York to ever get a view in a hotel again, and it was really nice.
The bed was nested. It was like being in a treehouse between two windows. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, the room is small. Like the room we're in right now, the office in our house that my wife uses, is basically the size of the whole hotel room, including the bathroom. So small, and they make.
But you love the toilet. I should have taken a picture of the toilet. I'll get a.
I don't love the toilet. It was all right.
It was like you said. You found the toilet also in the Le Pan Quotidian, right? You said it's the same toilet.
Yeah.
You made a point of it.
No. In fact, I thought the toilet was a little bit stupid because it reminded me of the toilet that I used in Russia when I was staying. I don't know why I said like Donald Trump. Russia. Where it isn't just like a funnel. It's sort of there's a plateau and then down. So if you have toilet paper or something that goes on the lip of it, not the seat, but the lip of the toilet, you're worried that the water isn't going to take everything down. You kind of have to move it down yourself. It didn't have to do it. But I remember it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And this is going back 30 years. But I was staying with a family in Russia, and their bathroom, you would have to you'd poop, and there'd be water. It was an indoor toilet. But you'd have to literally take the toilet paper and push your crap downward so that it would flush. Who would build? Why would you build a 2-level thing under your ass when you're taking a crap? I don't know. So this was close. I don't get the aerodynamics of it, but it's a perfectly good working toilet, whatever, in this hotel. The thing about the hotel is that they're making use of every single inch of space that they can, because space in New York, of course, is at a terrific premium. And if you can put 10 hotel rooms on a floor in a New York hotel instead of more comfortably 6 or 8, you're going to maximize, get them in, get them out, get the tourists in. The tourists aren't going to stay in a hotel all day. It's New York. So you use every centimeter.
Yeah, that's true.
But some of that is really annoying. This is honestly, it's a room for one person.
Well, you know what they wanted us to see?
Like when we first walk in the hotel, this has been around for years and years.
Yeah.
The city guide, it's the thing tourists get. Tells you all about the museums, the theater.
It's basically to advertise. Like, I'm sure all the stores just pay to advertise, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of
And listings and things.
yeah.
But can you imagine like a tourist coming from another country? Oh, we're in New York. What shall we do? Central Park, the New York Aquarium, the Bronx Zoo, theater,
Yeah.
Broadway, the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State
Botanical
Building.
gardens.
Yeah. And then it's like, what shall we do? What's a cool, fun, happy tourist thing in New York? Oh, I know. Anne Frank. Anne Frank.
And what does the text say?
You might step in. It literally said, "Step inside Anne Frank's world." Because if I've come all the way and I want to have a great time in Manhattan, that's my first thing, is to crawl into an attic
Yeah.
and watch someone who died of typhoid. It's like,
It
was like that was Anne Frank's teeth. It was like they were extracted from her by the Nazis to make a lamp. But yeah, that was hilarious. Like the first moment in the hotel, we see this. I was like, oh, this is kind and rather appropriate for the weekend, considering all the things going on with Jews in New York and in the world at that point. But in terms of the hotel itself, so we get up there, it's nice and cool in the middle of this horrible heat wave. It was like we're going the hotel lobby, as they say, a machaya.
It was cool.
The hotel, the elevator.
From the 1920s, I think the building was.
Yeah. In fact, it was designed.
You could tell, what was it? It was designed as a hotel.
As a club.
Oh yeah.
It has a club.
Yeah,
It's called the Riverside Tower Hotel, in case anybody wants to go there.
Yeah.
So it has a clubby feel. There's not 10 million people.
Like a social club, not like a dance club.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. More like white men with cigars back in 1930. If they have money back in 1930. Sitting in a club, like the Yale Club, which I actually was in a couple of times because a guy named August Guernsey would invite me. But so go up in and the elevator works, and it's quicker than the Midtown elevators because there aren't that many people. And hotel room is nice and real clean and
very new.
Well appointed. Yeah. But the thing is, who thinks of? So we are a married couple. We are a long married couple. My wife's in her 50s. I'm just over 60, right? So there's a bed, and a reasonably comfortable bed that is bounded on 3 sides by a wall. So the head of the bed has a wall behind it. The foot of the bed has a wall in front of it. There's no space.
You could have rolled out the window if you were little.
Yeah, and then there's a wall with a window, nice window, more view.
2 windows.
So we had great view. And yet the thing is, even in my decent condition, even with my working bladder and parts, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, old Dave, is not ready to wake up, but he is ready to pee.
Yes.
In order to pee, you have to climb over the other person in the bed. And try not to wake them up, or a couple of times I sat on your feet, and you're like, you're on my foot. I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to be on your foot.
It's because you're little and I'm tall.
Well, no, if you sat next to them, it'd be the same thing.
But I always go to the bathroom. I could get up around you.
Well, that's it. You have to literally climb over me.
Yes.
It's insane. It's completely mad. It's because they want to keep the bed in a place that maximizes the minimal space in the rest of the hotel. But if you're 2 people in a bed,
What kind of club do you think it was? What kind of social club?
I have to look it up. You know, or like a men's clubby, or like really maybe where people would stay. The thing about the Yale Club when I went there is for Yale alumni, not just to hang with each other and have a smoking room and a reading room, but there were places, if you were in town from out of town and you were an alumnus, you could have a night to stay instead of going to a hotel.
You pay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it was reasonable, you know. You were in New York, etc. That's a great idea. I'm sure NYU has it too.
Columbia, looking up Columbia.
Oh, I'll betcha. Columbia must.
We do. It was near where we used to work.
Yeah. It's a really great idea. And so, hey, I'm an alumnus of this. I should be able to stay in, actually, I should look it up for NYU. Maybe they have. Except NYU is probably charging $500 a night because they own all the real estate anyway. So the bed was ridiculous. It was comfortable. It was fine. But
it's 30 West 44th. That's right near where I used to work.
That's the Columbia one?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Wait. There's no Columbia on 44th.
No, it's the club, not that.
Oh yeah, well, I'm saying it's not near Columbia.
No,
it's
it's
not,
not
yeah.
It's probably near the transportation hubs like Grand Central or
Sure. Oh yeah. Well, 30 West 44th is literally 2 blocks from Grand Central, not even. So that's one thing about the hotel, and the other, and I don't know why this is becoming more and more common, or how they just don't bother. I guess it saves maid work or something. Okay, the room doesn't have a fridge. We're getting used to not having a cute little mini fridge. I don't want a mini bar. I want to spend $17 for a Toblerone. I just want a little cold box where I can buy a Snapple or an Arizona and bring it in and keep it in there. We can bring some, just in case we get peckish. Just in case my wife wants to have a yogurt at night and she can bring in a yogurt, keep it in the fridge and have it when she, no, nobody has a fridge. There's no room for a fridge.
That's true. Yeah.
But there's also there's room for this. There's room, but they don't have, people don't do coffee makers anymore.
Oh, that's true.
You have a hotel room.
They have essential, I guess it's just too much to clean.
I guess. But is it really a coffee maker, and I'm not talking even a Keurig, okay, a Keurig is like 50 to 70, 80 bucks. But even like a Procter Silex thing where you can make a cup of coffee in the morning without having to go out of the hotel room, downstairs or wherever, just a cup of coffee, and you, of course, a hot tea. Nothing. No coffee maker. This has been a hotel room staple from time immemorial. And we're paying $180, $200 a night, plus what they call the hotel tax or the property tax thing, whatever they call it. It's sort of a New York special guest tax, which is like 14%.
No, but even Boston has it too. All hotels are doing it.
It's insane. You think your hotel room is $200 a night. It's actually $225.
Yeah, or $350.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's what my friend said. We were looking at the one for a conference, and she was like, just add another $60 to $100.
Yes.
Right? And I was like,
It's a convenience tax, and there's nothing convenient about anything in the room.
I know.
So to get a cup of coffee in the morning when and you don't want to put on your clothes. Though, but you want to sit in your skivvies or your PJs or naked, or however you sit in the hotel room, and you want to make a night. Well, if you're naked and having a cup of coffee, you have to be real careful.
Yes.
But you just want to sit and watch a little TV with a cup of coffee. No, you have to put on all your clothes, go down to the lobby, make coffee or tea, or they have hot cocoa packets. That was nice. There's a toaster there, but they don't have any pastries. There's no continental breakfast of any sort. And then you have to go back up in the elevator holding hot cups of things. It's like, what the fuck? Put coffee things in the room. Would it kill you? I'm not asking for fresh milk. You can put the little carnation packet things. So that's irritating. And now this is a new thing. I don't know what, where they expect people are coming from, or maybe they expect everybody's under 30. But you put on a television set in the room, and there's no cable anymore. There's no hey, watch this, and or here's channels 2, 4, 7.
I liked it because it was quiet.
Well,
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, if there's a television screen in the room, but if you want to use it, you have to have a phone with one of those barcode. What do they call those weird inky pattern things, And you have to hold the thing.
QR, honey.
QR code, thank you, yeah, QR code. And you hold it to the thing, and then you can transmit from your phone to the television if you want to watch YouTube, if you're a Netflix person, you can go to Netflix on your phone and flash it on the screen. But in terms of the TV itself, there's only pay-per-view and movie things.
I liked it. I thought it was a great idea. Because then you don't have just TVs blaring, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, no, you don't want to hear the TV in somebody else's, because the walls are pretty thin. You can hear when people are moving around and thumping in rooms nearby, because it's a tiny little space.
I think that's a good
I think it'd be a good thing. You know, it's nice that you don't hear other people's TVs, but it'd be nice to watch your own. You know, a hotel room. It's like the things that you're
happy.
Well, for $200 a night, there's certain basic expectations that you would get in a Super 8 motel or a Motel 6 back in 1960.
Yeah, but this is not. This is the new world, baby.
No, but why should the new world suck? You know, honestly, why should
the air conditioning was beautiful. Look at that. And you got to see the squirrel fight and the
yeah, you got to, and lying in bed.
And you met a friend too.
Who's that? Oh, I'm not getting there yet. I'm not getting out the Dubai Nut Man.
Or your Zabar's.
Oh yeah, well yeah. No, the one other thing is it's a Sunday morning, and we've just been sleeping because it's been so hot and we've been so tired, and the news has just been so relentlessly bad in our families that we're just like we need to just crash out, and you know we're going to do all these things in New York. It's like no, fuck it, we're just going to lie in bed and watch our computer and so forth. But also, as I said, the view. We had a two-sided view, one directly onto Riverside Park and one off to the side, but still with a partial view of the park. The guy downstairs, the clerk who checked us in, he undersold the view. He said, yeah, you got an okay view, we got a partial view of that. And then we get upstairs and we're like, whoa, big smiles on our face, like, this is a view. So when you're lying in bed, we were on like the 8th floor, and you just look out the window and you see the tops of trees and you see the sky and the clouds, and it's quite wonderful, quite relaxing. For those moments, I could have very happily lived without TV or computer, just lying there like, whew. And then Sunday morning, I'm lying, and I think it's an optical illusion, honest to God, because I've been oversleeping both days. And I'm like, what? And I literally yell like, Honey, am I seeing what I'm seeing? And then we see this out the window. There's a guy in a plane. I mean, we don't see the guy in the plane. We just see a fellow who apparently rented an airplane to trail a banner with a giant Israeli flag on it. And which is fabulous by me, and the words, "Thank you, President Trump." And he would circle. He'd go all around, I guess, Riverside and Central Park, come in a circle. I think he did it twice, because you could hear, we had a very quiet room. You couldn't hear outside traffic at all, but you could hear the hum of this airplane and also a helicopter nearby of this guy just going, trailing this banner all around the New York sky. And essentially it was complimenting Trump on letting Israel bomb the Iranian nuclear plants, and then America went and bunker busted the biggest nuclear bomb factory in Iran. And here's a guy who's saying, you know what? Yeah, go Israel. Thank you, President Trump, for letting Israel take care of some business and take Iran out of the nuclear race for a couple more years, right? So, but my wife and I are watching this, I'm like, only in New York, kids. This is so magnificently Upper West Side New York, which is a pretty damn Jewish area. I don't know how far this guy's circle went. But just how weird is it when you're just looking at the sky and then this passes by on New York's Upper West Side, only 2 blocks from Zabar's, by the way, a block or two from a shul, and then you see this, right? So I've got to say that was one of the absolute, like, absurdist, wonderful highlights of the trip, particularly since this was only 2 days before New York Democrats chose an anti-Israel mayor or potential mayor. So to see this was rather heartening before all that happened.
Your little friend.
And then also,
You made a new friend.
before you think I'm, first of all, wait.
Too, as well.
Well, this was, you want to talk about the area that we were?
Yeah.
This was a little mini shul area.
No, that was a restaurant.
Was it?
Yes, it's a restaurant. It's a very famous restaurant. Yeah, it's a restaurant.
Oh, it's a kosher, that's right, a kosher eatery with a picture.
I don't know what that is.
No, that's the Lubavitcher Rebbe.
Somebody's kid must have drawn that. That's not.
I don't know, but
It looks like it was drawn by maybe a 10-year-old. No.
I think we call it folk art.
No, it's.
Because there's a Lubavitcher Rebbe carrying a bread and waving. A little Hebrew writing on the Upper West Side. I don't know what the English is under it. It says, of course, Army of Hashem. Tzibos Hashem, which is like when you're training kids to be part of Judaism and Orthodoxy and so forth. Wait, where'd it go? Now I lost it.
Want me to do it? Want me to find it?
Yeah, where'd it go?
Okay, I'll see.
Maybe, yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah.
So we see that's the area that we're in, accidentally, just because we wanted to be on the Upper West Side instead of in Midtown. But we also, where did it go?
I'm looking. I don't know yet.
I may have deleted that whole day accidentally, so.
No, here it is.
Oh, you found it, yeah.
I have you standing, and that's full. Ambulance too.
I mean, yes, also, here we go, great. Yeah, I mean, the ambulance, of course, the Hatzalah ambulance. I mean, it's just like, but then, just to show that I am not completely Islamophobic.
No, did you show also you did say bars too?
Oh, right, well, yeah. We literally, I have never been, even I'm Jewish, I'm from New York, worked in New York City, have never been to Zabar's before. Finally, we stop in at Zabar's because we're a block away from it.
It was really nice to have a breakfast. I was hungry.
Legendary Zabar's, very good. What did you have?
I had a whole wheat bagel. You had the same whole wheat.
Yeah.
You had it looked really delicious. The potato pancake. Sweet potato pancake.
You're lying. I smell it on your breath, motherfucker. Potato. He gets mad when I eat latkes. I think you can understand why. So, we go to, I can play, actually, I did save the, I looped just the video part of this, where I did, so I gotta, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Did you loop it and put it on Facebook, or did you just loop it?
No, I just looped it, and then I want to see if I have it here.
I love the way you did the 988. It looks so nice. The framing is so nice.
Okay, so we got this.
But all you see when you put your arm, it says air. It says N air on N air. You can't see the un part. Yeah.
Oh, I should have pushed it over a little more. Oh, well.
Next time.
Oh, because how about now? Is it better?
I would delay.
Oh, it's okay.
And the on air is right over this where Zoom appears. So
let me share for just a moment something that, God, I don't know why I popped that up. Share my screen.
Your friend.
Let's X that down. Let's move that
You're
down.
excited because tomorrow you're going to go to that yard sale from 8 to 4.
So here, again, obviously I have issues with, Gaza, Palestinians, Arabs in general, but it doesn't stop me from loving chocolate. And it doesn't stop me from appreciating
You
when...
making friends. You
Yes.
always like to make a new friend that waves at you. He was waving at you. You said, look at my friend is waving at me, and it was raining, so you could have got electrocuted.
This is the Dubai Chocolate Nut Man. Which is
Yeah, he looks so happy.
the next evolution of the wavy man you see outside car washes. Now, literally, he's like, come on in.
Try it. It's
Come
supposed
on.
to be very good.
I know. Where's the Jerusalem Nut Man? That's what I want to know. And it's filled with katayif or katifa and pistachio. I don't even know what that is. filled with kataifi.
Oh, and look, you're behind you is Zebra horse. Oh, no, Verizon.
Verizon, yeah.
That sound is the sound of his air blower fighting the rain. You're lucky you didn't get electrocuted.
Oh, you know? Well, I didn't touch him. I mean, if you can see, I can just...
That's true, you were
because,
afraid, yeah.
you know, still COVID. I don't want to be... I don't know where his hand has been.
Maybe you like everything green. You like the frog, you like him. Maybe everything for green, like...
except on the Palestinian flag, it's a friendly color. You know, I like it here. So, yeah, anyway, wanted to share that with you. Let me stop share for a moment to go back to me. So that was kind of fun. You never know what you're going to see in New York. Giant pigeon statue a couple of months ago. Now this. See if there's any other things to share. Oh, you want to talk about the view? This was our hotel room view.
Oh, no, that was Potato
looking at
sunrise,
yeah. I mean, it literally looks like he's staring at a painting in a museum.
Well, if you look, there's a couple where one where he fell down. That's when the sun was setting. There's one where he was laying down looking at the ceiling. There's a series of those.
Yeah, I think I might have done... Oh, there's another one here. Yeah, he was so excited. He was so in awe of our view that he just kind of there. So anyway, that was our trip to New York. We did have some good times.
Potato had a great time.
Saying anything else? And we did see frogs before and after.
Another friend. That was your other friend. Daycare baby.
Daycare, that's right. See, here's Potato making friends with a frog at one of the New Jersey rest stops. Yeah. All right, you're watching.
Neon. It looks so neon, right? The frog looks neon colored.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So, anywho, you're watching Dave's Gone By. It's almost 20 after 10.
Oh, you want to put your interview?
We haven't even done. We'll do Greeley Times maybe after we have our guest. Yeah. So, our guest in the Daverhood today is a comedian, a former airline pilot. He's also an astronomer and has also even produced some short films. He's had a somewhat peripatetic life. I guess being an airline pilot allows you to do that. His name is Pablo Lewin, and you can find out more about him by finding him on Facebook. Or if you're on the West Coast, he's constantly doing gigs, either emceeing or being part of comedy evenings all around the Los Angeles area. Pablo Lewin is going to talk with the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Sol Solomon. Rabbi Sol it's easy to find him. Just go to shalomdammit.com. Shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T, shalomdammit.com. Let me go back to the share screen thingy, because I got this one I have ready. Where is he? It's over here. So I'll share screen now. It recorded earlier this week, the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Sol Solomon, and the just as proudly Jewish Pablo Lewin on Dave's Gone By. Oh, shalom, my friends, shalom, my enemies. This is your old pal, Rabbi Sol Solomon, the founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And if you know that I love one thing, it's Israel. If you know that I love two things, it's comedy. And if you know that I don't think I love three things, those two will suffice. And the person that we have with us, a fellow named Pablo Lewin, fits very nicely into both of those things, because not only is he a staunch Zionist, he's also a stand-up comedian and a movie producer, director of short films. We can talk about that. He has also been, for many years, an airline pilot. So many, differentiated things in Pablo Lewin's life and career, which is why we have him in the Daverhood. Shalom, Pablo!
Shalom, Rebbe, was machst du? In Am Yisrael Chai, baby.
Yes, it's true, baby and adult. Am Yisrael Chai, adults too. Let me ask you though, the first thing that we're going to think, okay, Lewin, we get, L-E-W-I-N, Jewish, very probably short for Lewinsky, which is a beautiful name. It had one kind of stain on it that we won't talk about it, but it's a presidential stain. That was a joke. Or Lou, but Pablo? How?
Well, let me explain. First of all, it's Lewin, like Lewinsky, without the ski part of it, because I can't ski. I suck skiing. Get it? Suck skiing? All right. I'm your, the stain. Okay, we're talking about the stain.
I get it.
Let me explain the name Pablo, okay? I'm your typical American Jew from Argentina.
Oh, so how many years did you spend of your early life in Argentina?
16 years. And listen to me now. I'm not American born, but I'm an incredible simulation. Listen to this English. It's perfect. I am beside myself. In fact, look. See, I'm beside myself.
I see two of you now. I got to clean these. Oh,
yes.
All right. So, but let me ask you then, so you were probably a native Spanish, of course, a native Spanish speaker. Did you start learning English when you were there, or first when you came here speaking nothing?
Oh, when I first came here in 1976, there was no ESL. English is a second language. They threw me immediately in class with other American kids with no translations. So I had to just hit the ground running.
And how long before you felt, was it months or a couple of years before you
about 5 hours ago.
Classic bit, yes.
It's a classic bit, but it's true. And, actually several years, but to get rid of my accent completely, that took several decades. And to this day, when in the morning, if I haven't had my coffee, I sound like Ricky Ricardo. Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Well, can I hear you speak a little Spanish, or just tell us about?
Sure, I can speak 4 kinds of Spanish. Which one do you choose, Webe? Which one do you want me to speak? I can speak Argentinian, obviously, Mexican, Cuban, and Spaniard. Choose which one.
I don't care, but make it filthy.
Yes, absolutely. Just choose one.
All right.
Okay, Mexican. I'm going to do it.
Mexican, great.
Pues órale, gabacho, la chinga de tu madre. Yo quiero a mi vieja, pues. Órale. Okay, that's Mexican. That's a bad Mexican. Okay, now Cuban.
Mexican, yes.
Now Cuban. Yeah. Cuban is out. Coño chico, pues mira esta jeva, le voy a retorcer el pescuezo, tú sabes, me ya tomé la guagua y me voy para Cuba. Okay, yeah. That's
yeah.
Okay, now Spaniards with the lisp. Remember the lisp?
Yes, I do.
Pues el sol de España, en mis pisos, tú sabes que yo, pues ni joder, pues ni me voy a, estos de Irán, pues que se vayan a la mierda. Okay. Wow, the Iran go to hell.
But let me ask you, how did you, since you were Argentinian, why do you know these other dialects?
Because I came to America. And at first, I went to South Central Los Angeles, where there were 3 kinds of people. Actually, 2 kinds of people. There were Mexicans and Cubans. And since we didn't speak any English, we relied on them to translate. And then based on that, being exposed to them, I picked up the lingo.
So look, pretty much. You were 16 years old. I had read a book, speaking of comedians, by Jimmy O. Yang, the fairly well-known comedian and actor, all about his early years coming to America, straight from China, off the boat, barely spoke a word, and then being plunged culture shock-wise into Los Angeles. So what are some experiences that you remember as a teenager of the difference between Argentina and USA?
Well, the difference in culture was abysmal, where we came, as far as my family, having an extended family, cousins, grandma, and everything else, and just being alone here and with no language or cultural skills, because language alone doesn't help you assimilate to a culture. You got to know the culture, the way people think, which is totally different in South America. Just to give you an example, if we were talking face to face right now, being this close is normal in our. First of all, men, when they meet, hi, I'm Pablo, you can give them a kiss, not in the mouth, and don't grab their privates. But it's normal to have this very close. When you talk to somebody, it's okay to talk like this.
If I meet someone, I tug their payas. Even the women, the pubic payas. This is just what I do. But yes.
Yeah, but it's kind of curly, so that goes away. So, but here, if you talk to somebody like this, it's an act of aggression.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's also the breath thing. It's not something you want to. So I get. So how though, from coming all the way there, not even speaking English, at what point did you become a pilot? Didn't that take years? And
I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be an astronaut because I grew up, obviously, in the era of space exploration. I remember when man first landed on the moon, which is actually false. It's a lie. Nobody landed. No, I'm only kidding. Of course they did. Of course they did. And there's plenty of proof. And even though the Earth is flat, it happened. No, the Earth is not flat.
If the Earth wasn't flat, how could you land? You just slide right off. Of course.
Absolutely,
Yeah, right.
it has to be flat.
Yeah.
Like most of the girlfriends that I date. Okay.
Yes.
They're flat, but I love them that way. I don't want big breasts. A lot of mass. It's very scientific for kids. If you're listening to this, you shouldn't be listening to this. First of all, but if you are listening to this because your parents are not paying attention to you, it's very important to date women that don't have big breasts because when they move all over the place, they can hit you in the eye. Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you could go blind. So, it's better to have hair in the pond.
What is it about sex that everything you do makes you go blind?
Yeah, what is that vision?
My parents warned me. It was like, now it's the titties that'll do it. I don't even.
I mean, I can understand women going blind because the semen just flew in the wrong direction and hit him in the eye. But
all righty. Okay. We're talking with Pablo Lewin here.
I was way out of line. I'd like to apologize.
No, you can. With all we do is
you're gonna have to bleep this. And,
no. I just want to move on to how did we get from jizz to space exploration? We were talking about the moon, for crying out loud.
And so when I was a kid, when I first got here at 16, I figure in Argentina, if you're Jewish at the time, you were discriminated against. They put my brother in the hospital because Perón died in 1974 of old age, and he was coming out of the Yiddish club, the Ken, and they beat him up, you Jew, and they put him in the hospital for a long time, and you could never go to the airlines, or you could never learn to fly or be in the military to fly. Never. It was total discrimination because, as you may know, the Nazis were there and they actually took control of a big part of the country. So there was a lot of anti-Semitism at the time. Things have changed markedly in the last few years, especially with Malay, and who's a good friend of Israel right now. The Argentina, very good friend of Israel. In fact, I didn't believe it would happen, but it did happen, and it is a true friendship. So I started flying. I started going to the local airport, El Monte Airport here in Los Angeles County, one of the many small airports, and I started working part-time while I was going to high school, cleaning airplanes. And I said I didn't want any payment. All I wanted was 1 hour of flight time training a month.
A month? My God, you're not Jewish. Wow, it says wow.
The stereotype of the rich Jewish family, we were poor. That's why we came to America. We could have been excommunicated from the Jewish religion. That's how poor we were. And
when did you get your first opportunity? Obviously, there was a co-pilot, but to go up and away in your beautiful...
No. First, I got my private pilot's license, instrument, that means fly-by instruments, commercial, which means now I can transport people and charge them, then CFI, certified flight instructor. And now I started teaching. I was 19 when I started teaching people how to fly airplanes, 3 years after arriving to the U.S. And then at age 24, to make a long story short, I started flying Learjets, movie stars in Learjets, as a co-pilot first. Those are private jets, and for Clay Lacy Aviation here in Van Nuys, California. And I flew...
All right, I have to ask, can you name some of the names of the
I flew Elizabeth Taylor, Robert Redford, John McEnroe. I flew rock groups on. I flew Prince. Very aloof person, very petite, and he wouldn't talk to the servitude.
The servitude pilot or co-pilot, all right. Well,
We were below, he didn't talk. John McEnroe, you remember him?
Yeah.
The tennis player, supposedly a bad guy, one of the best passengers I ever had. Super nice guy, the nicest.
who else was there? How was Elizabeth Taylor?
No, she was very nice. I flew Bruce Willis when he first got his job doing moonlighting. And he was very friendly. I flew Billy Crystal, the three, Robin Williams, Billy Crystal, and Whoopi Goldberg one time. They were doing that thing, comedy.
Oh, the LA comedy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that comedy thing. And she was really scared of flying. But I flew people like that. And then I started flying. And then after that, I did other flyings. And at age 28, I got hired by Trans World Airlines to fly international TWA.
And you will appreciate this. A lot of people drink the TWA coffee, but I prefer TWA tea. Oh! Right up your alley, literally.
That was a beautiful joke.
Thank you. So this is, I mean, you did this for what, 3 decades? You were piloting, or how long?
Until this year, until age 65. At January 8th, by the way, January 8th is Elvis Presley's birthday. And that was my birthday, too.
Well, mid-muzzle. So, as a pilot, did you ever have a close call? Ever a bird strike? Did you ever have a thing like solely on the wall? Anything even close?
One time, it was horrible. One of the flight attendants brought me the chicken, and I think it started moving. That's how stale it was. I've had engine failures. I've had situations with low visibility, equipment failures, but I never bent any metals or killed anybody.
Oh, I love that phrase, but you never bent any metal. That's a great phrase.
All my landings, I walked away from.
Well, obviously, but
not only I, but all my passengers too.
Yeah, them too. You're more, but them too. So, moving away from the flying into flying, let's talk about something even really, really scary. Also flying, getting up in front of a microphone and saying, "How are you doing, ladies and germs?" What made you do this?
I don't know. I always loved comedy, and I always wanted to be a comedian. I didn't pursue it professionally because I was making a shitload of money flying airplanes. And for a poor guy like me, and I was helping my family, my entire family. I still do in some cases, but let's not get into that.
Can you help mine? God knows I could use it. Just a few.
Okay, I'm actually contributing to a Chabad because he came to help us when my brother was dying 5 months ago, and he was the only one that responded immediately and did a service at my brother's bedside in the hospital. So,
are we talking Cunin?
No. It's
or local, more local Chabad, not
local Chabad in the Eastern Empire.
I'm sorry, by the way, about your brother.
We're still reeling from that. But let's not get. Let's bring this thing up here. So
comedy, stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, and so I started taking classes. Judy Carter, Greg Dean, and many other people. And then I started going to open mics, and that was in my 20s.
Oh, I thought this was a thing that you just picked up, after you're basically almost retired. And
negative.
No, you did it from early. Oh.
Absolutely. I always, I somehow I had a need for the arts. As you may know, aviation is a very linear type of endeavor. Okay. So you have to think one way, you have to follow procedures, you have to be serious. So it was nice to have an outlet for a human being's craziness that we all have. It doesn't matter who it is, from the president on down to the Rabbi. You have to be crazy somehow, and you have to have an outlet. So my outlet was being a comedian, and being Jewish, it's genetic. Why is it genetic? Yeah. I'm going to reiterate what you already know, is that because of thousands of years of persecution and suffering, I was going to say something I'm not going to say.
No, go ahead. You already did
I grew up among people who had tattoos all the time. Sure. You know, not the fancy ones that you see now, but just numbers. And I was thinking, even in the concentration camps, they had to be a stand-up comedian there to make people survive.
There were.
They had to.
They had orchestras. They had, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So as a Jew, it's genetic. It's imprinted in all of us. And by the way, I would have been a perfect Nazi. You know why? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I can look at a person's eyes, any Jewish person's eyes, and I can tell, yeah, I can look at you, and I can tell if that person's Jewish or not. And don't ask me how, but there's a sadness there. There's a sadness that and I detect, and I go, yeah, my name is John Smith Lincoln. I go, you're Jewish. How did you know? I go, yeah, Lincolnovich. Okay, you changed it in Ellis Island, whatever the fuck. But I can tell. I can tell by the mannerisms, my family. I can see in a lot of Jewish people, my family. My Bobbies, Zayda, you know, everybody. In fact, on my mom's side, we used to call them Oma and Opa because they're German.
But no, I look at you. I mean, you know, yes, you. I see lampshade. It's immediate. It's instant. You know. I'm just kidding.
It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket. Are you gonna take my skin too? Come on. I'm not a fat lady. I'm a fat guy. Okay, my testosterone level is so low right now. I am transitioning. I'm transitioning right now.
So let me ask you though. Do you remember anything from the first bit or jokes that you were telling in your 20s? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm your typical Jew from Argentina. In fact, you know, Argentina, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Remember that show?
Sure. Okay.
That was Evita, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Okay, Evita, I fucked her, okay, and she cried. And she saw me naked. She couldn't help crying, okay?
I got laughs. I got laughs from me, 40 years on after the show and after you started doing it. Good.
That's my first bit.
Yeah.
I did that. People understood, especially 40 years ago, because they knew the play Evita, and not so much today.
Oh, well, this song may, but you've got to move forward. So, like, what is a recent joke that you've told on stage, or a recent bit, like the last couple of weeks?
Oh, a recent bit? The movie Titanic. I hate the movie Titanic.
Why?
Okay? Why? Well, did you see the scene where they're actually floating in the water and she's on top of the floating door? Okay, there's a deleted scene. I don't know if you knew that. There's a deleted scene where they actually knock on the door. She opens. It's a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, but they deleted that scene. I think they should have left it. And what a stupid scene. You know, oh, Rose, I want you to live. I want you to have as many boyfriends and fuck them all and have a great life. Well, and I'm in the bottom of the ocean eaten by fish. Bullshit. No guy would do that. I would say, get off that door, bitch. You're fat. Well, you big boobs. You're probably going to be able to float. You know, and so I go into that. You know, Mission Impossible? Mission Impossible. Oh, great. Oh, he jumps off airplanes. He just does. You know what my Mission Impossible is? Getting an erection. Okay, that's my Mission Impossible. You know, Mission Impossible. Getting a date these days that it's under 70 or 80. That's a Mission Impossible, not that bullshit. Anybody can jump off an airplane. I came up with that joke last week, by the way.
I'm imagining how. So
my specialty is ranting. By the way,
I see this. I see it.
And by the way, let me make an announcement, a plug. There is a website for comedians which is free. First of all, let me say that it's free. Free. You don't have to pay.
You're appealing to the Jew in me right now. Yes. Okay.
Ever. Yes. Okay. It's called Plausible. Plausible.com. That's Plauzzable. Plausible.com. I teach classes there for free, never a charge. There's no hidden charges. I'm not going to hit you later. The private bullshit. I don't charge comedians. I don't need the money. I'm a Jew. Okay. And I teach ranting. Very important. It creates material. I bet you should come and rant in there.
I should come repeatedly. Yes.
I teach how to handle hecklers. It's called Hecklers Kung Fu and crowd work. So everybody is invited. It's called plausible.com. They have a bunch of classes and open mics. It's free all the time, no exceptions. You know,
and are the open mics online? The Zoom open mics? Is that the deal?
It's like a Zoom-like website. So what you're going to do is very close to Zoom, just like this, and they have a lot of classes with people from all over the world. And they have classes and they have shows. You can create your own shows. You can create shows so you can charge. You can actually have a show there, and they have connections there, so you can go to X, you can go to Facebook and everything else, all for free, and create your own shows.
Plausible, Plauzzable, plausible.
Plausible, yeah.
Sounds wonderful, actually. But let's get back to you. You, Pablo Lewin. So you mentioned hecklers. What's the worst hell gig that you ever had as a stand-up comedian?
Well, not a hell gig, but I was doing a great bit about Jesus Christ being nailed to the cross and asking God for a little cash, maybe some credits, so she could bribe the Romans. And I did that, and a couple of Karens jumped up and started yelling at me, "It's blasphemy, blasphemy! You know, you shouldn't be talking about Jesus that way." I go, "Hey, you know, Jesus, the Jews didn't kill Jesus. It was my family, okay? Not all the Jews. It was my family. We used to have a hardware store. And he came in and asked, he was a carpenter, asking for wood and nails and everything else. And we gave him credit, but finally he didn't pay. We had to take it out of his ass, okay? So we nailed him to the wall. You want credit. That's why he was asking for money from God."
Makes sense. Oh, but yeah, right. Okay.
They didn't like that joke. So I'm going to do jokes about Muhammad. I think it's going to be safer now. No, I'm only kidding.
Are you wearing the yarmulke? I think you are. Well, I'm...
Yes, it's called a bald spot, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's your headset. I thought it was the beginning of a yarmulke. Sorry.
Yeah, I started using a headset because it makes me look like an air traffic controller. But not the air traffic controller in India. Oh, it's too soon. Never mind that.
Oh, actually,
but look at this. Look at the bald spot. Yeah. Most people wouldn't like that, but in my case, I'm going to monetize that bald spot. I'm going to put a QR code right here, so people can scan it. Not only that, my driver's license. You've been doing 85 and a 75. Show me your license. Okay, officer, go ahead and scan it. It's right here.
And here we come like 80 years from tattooing, and that's all you're going to be doing again to your head in just a different way.
But this time we're going to make money with it.
That's it. The greatest joke that was ever told on this program, on the Dave's Gone By show, was seemingly impromptu, was Gilbert Gottfried, a fellow comedian, one of the greatest, and he said, if the Holocaust had lasted just a little longer, Jews would have figured out a way to make money from it.
Absolutely.
One of the most beautiful things I've ever heard, and possibly true.
You actually interviewed Gilbert Gottfried?
Dave, the host of this. I'm Rabbi Sol, of course, but Dave.
Oh, Dave did.
Yeah, it was one of his proudest moments. It was fabulous.
He's the la creme de la creme, the top of the top.
Hey, have you met other famous major comedians? Been on bills with them? Dealt with them?
No, just for a few seconds, but nothing of.
Well, who is your favorite comedian? Like when you were growing up and thinking of doing comedy, were you a Carling man, a Cosby man? Obviously, it was a Cosby, but maybe a Henny guy. What kind of guy?
Richard Jenny.
Platypus man. Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Wolfberg.
Oh.
Rich Scheidner. None of the famous ones. Vic Dunlop. They're all dead now.
And when did you go to the coast? Because they had some TV experience.
Well, these days, modern day, I'm talking about Adam Ray, Jewish boy. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Adam Ray?
No.
He is a freaking genius. You have to look up Adam Ray. He does characters also. And he's filling up arenas, okay? Adam Ray doing Dr. Phil. The Dr. Phil show, Adam Ray. By the way, it's sanctioned by Dr. Phil himself. And this guy's amazing. Another Jewish boy.
Elon Gold is very good.
Elon Gold is very good. Orny Adams.
Okay.
Orny, O-R-N-Y, Adams. He is freaking amazing. I liked it. And of course, the olden times, Sam Kinison, what I'm going to say right now, all the women watching this are going to hate you and me for me saying
There you do. Go ahead. What?
But the Dice Man, I love the Dice Man.
Oh, yeah, well.
Andrew Dice Clay. Andrew Silverstein.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we know it's an act. He was in that Blue
an
Jasmine Woody Allen film. He's an actor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just you're more, you're having more trouble. You mentioned Cosby or Louis C.K. these days than...
Okay, for the olden
Dice.
times, Dick Shawn, amazing.
Oh.
Dick Shawn. Remember Dick Shawn?
From the producers, but not that much else, yeah.
No. Dick Shawn, was he in the producers?
Of course, he was LSD.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more of it's a mad world.
Yeah.
Okay. And Don Rickles, Rodney, of course.
Okay, so you do go to but the ranting style I see from Sam Kinison.
I like Jewish comedians.
Yeah. All right. Absolutely.
Which is...
So you made...
and Larry David. Holy cow. Curb Your Enthusiasm. And most people that may be watching don't know is that Curb Your Enthusiasm, they have a lot of Jewish jokes that most people don't. Shelley Berman, yeah. And that people that are not Jewish will never understand the inner workings of those jokes that they
Seinfeld also, because he co-created, it's under there. We get it, we look in their eyes.
We get it, we look in their eyes and go, I know what you're saying. Exactly.
So, other things about Pablo Lewin, we have a couple more minutes left with you. So, you're into, apparently, from what I'm checking, ham radio. Is that even necessary in 2020? Can't you get anything from anywhere?
I'm going to answer that with a question, okay? Do you like fish?
I love fish. I can't
you love fish.
Ham, but
when you want fish, where do you go get your fish?
Bonnie Greengrass or the pond.
Exactly. So when somebody wants to call somebody, you use their phone.
Yes.
And you call somebody you need. But ham radio, it's a sport. So if I get on Morse code with only enough power on a battery and I contact somebody in Beijing, why would I want to do that? But somebody or anywhere in the world, it's amazing that I reached that distance with so little power. And I use Morse code most of the time. I'm a Morse code. I got a license as a commercial radio telegraph operator that I got recently. Totally useless. Nobody uses that anymore. I did it because the FCC had it. I've been a ham radio operator since I was 14 years old, so it's part of my DNA. And when I started, there was no internet. There was nothing that you had.
No, in 1972, it's not 2025. I get back then. It's like, oh my God, I'm talking to someone in Australia.
Right now, it's a sport and a tradition.
Yeah.
And it's something that you study, electronics and software and everything else that keeps evolving, and I'm attracted to that. Another thing that I do that you may not know is that I have a backyard, a full out automatic backyard observatory, which I observe the night sky all the time. I detect exoplanet transits, and I report to the Transit Exoplanet Survey Satellite Team, Subgroup 1 team. I am a co-author in 50 astronomical scientific papers. You can look me up on ORCID, Pablo Lewin ORCID.
ORCID. I prefer Pablo to Sid, but okay, yeah.
Pablo the Sid Caesar, another great one, Sid Caesar. And so I have about 9 telescopes. So I do all the things that kids always dream about, and I've always done that, and that's why I've never married. Never married. Not a man, not a woman. Only sheep. I have something about sheep. But that's only when they.
Well, no, sheep aren't bad. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, well, when they go Pablo, I'm getting a Woody just thinking about it.
This is good to know. Thank you very much. And then you ram them. Sorry. Yeah, thank you.
That was a good one.
So you are single, but is it hard to? I mean, this is also an era when you can meet people by going on apps and websites and things, but is it? And plus you go to clubs all the time and do comedy. Isn't that a chick magnet thing?
Yeah, I depend on chuckle fuckers, and after the shows, you know what a chuckle fucker is?
I've not heard the phrase.
Chuckle fuck. It's a common known phrase among comedians, chuckle fuckers, and those are groupies that want to have sex with a comedian if they like them after the show. But in my case, it seldom happens, if any. When I was younger, it used to happen. But right now, I'm used to being single right now. I'm a straight guy as far as I know, but I'm always willing to change. I don't know. Someday, I'm 65. What's the difference? But I never, I'm a straight guy. I like women, but women women are more complicated than my telescopes in my ham radio. And
I'm long married. I'm not going to make any comments on this. But I'm going to go to something even more controversial while we have another minute or two, because one thing that unites us, even though I've never flown a plane and never will, even though I look up in the sky and it hurts my neck, I can't look at stars, and even though, again, ham radio, not kosher, but Zionism, the belief in Israel as a Jewish state, yes?
Absolutely. No if, buts, or anything like that. I think Israel is a beacon of democracy and morality. And one thing that I can't understand to this day are Jewish people who are supporting the other side. They're like capos in a concentration camp. I cannot fathom that, if anything, for self-preservation, because what happened in Nova on October 7th in the Nova Party, most of those people were very, I'm not going to say left-wing, they were very pro-Palestinian, let's have a party together and everything else. And unfortunately, and they didn't deserve that, they were slaughtered, okay? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you try to appease the other side and you say, you're a Jew, and you will always be a Jew whether you like it or not, and they're always going to hate you, kids. It's always going to be, it's a virus that it's endemic.
So what is the solution? Because you can talk yourself blue in the face, they're not going to listen, and honestly, I'm not going to listen to the other side either. So what the hell do you do, sort of burning their green tents and smacking them around a little bit?
The solution, unfortunately, in the Middle East, they still operate under a feudal system. That is, they only understand what's happening right now, force. If you try to use American democratic rationality, that is seen as a weakness, a way to take advantage of you. Not everybody, because let's face it, Muslim people are very nice people, the majority, but they're irrelevant, because the 10% that are fucking crazies, they're the ones that are going to kill the majority, and they're going to subjugate the majority, and the majority don't have any guns or anything else. I'm not a proponent of guns, but what I'm saying is that I'm not against guns either. I got a bunch, but I'm not one of those.
Oh, so you're a pro-gun. If you have a bunch of guns, you are pro-gun. That kind of follows.
Yeah, but I'm not a proselytizer. I can understand. I have training. I have anti-terrorism training, because I was one of the pilots that it was called a federal flight deck officer. I was one of the pilots that was armed after 9/11. So I had to qualify every 6 months. I had to do extensive anti-terrorist training. So I'm one of those Jews you don't want to fuck with, basically.
Or women certainly don't. I'm sorry. That was cold. That was cold-blooded. I'm sorry.
But that was good. That was so good and so true.
Thank you.
That was fast. Rebbe, that was very fast.
Thank you, Rabbi. Fast but not easy. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Pablo Lewin, who has given us some great information, first of all, about that plausible.com. If you are a budding comedian or want to learn about comedy and want to take his classes, how much did you say they cost?
I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's free. It's always going to be free. There's no I'm not going to call you after the first class and say, oh, you got to pay me $50. No, it's always free. And we got a bunch of great comedians. It's always positive reinforcement. Always never negative. Always positive. We have a bunch of great group and people from all over the world literally come in and we workshop jokes and everything else. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. It's free.
That's right. There you go. You know the ShamWow guy? Israeli, Jewish guy, and he's the perfect pitch man. You got that same sort of come, it's free. I'm telling you, it's free.
Scan the QR code right here. There's a QR code right here.
Now, let me ask you, last thing, Pablo. So this is airing at the end of June, and you don't necessarily have any dates. We certainly don't have any dates with that, but dates of doing stand-up comedy, but you're around the Bay Area. Or
Southern California.
Southern Cal.
Hollywood, Southern California.
So can we go to your website and find out when and where you'll be playing so people can see you?
My website is Facebook and Instagram, basically. And it's sometimes I put astronomy stuff, sometimes comedy stuff. It's Facebook/Pablo TWA, like the airline, Pablo TWA. Or at Pablo TWA, because that was my first love, TWA.
Well, you are now our latest love here in the Daverhood. It just remains for me to thank you so much. A big toda rabba to Pablo, and also gracias, muchas gracias.
Oh, de nada.
Pablo, thank you and shalom to you.
Shalom, Rebbe. We'll see you around. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Here in the Daverhood on this Saturday morning, June 28th, 2025, our 988th episode. So happy. Oh, that is a clue that we are going into our next segment, which is all about crime and flying chickens, and crime and flying chickens, and phone calls and flying chickens that come into the police department in Colorado. Flying chickens is called Coplog in the Greeley Tribune. We call it, two of them. What do we call it? We call it Cop. No, they call it Coplog. We call it Greeley Times. And it's a segment that we're doing right now because it's 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time in the Daverhood. Oh, that's right. We never have the intro music for this anymore, but we do have a phone call. We have a call coming in. Hold on. Where are we? Oh, here we go. I'll use the chicken phone. I got it.
Use the pig phone.
I got it.
Use the pig phone.
Oh my God. This didn't go back to its old shape. It will. Pig phone. Hello. Oh, it's not a phone. It's a ham radio. Thank you. A caller had... you know why you got a ticket? It was in a zone that said no porking. Thank you very much. A caller at 12th Street saw two men... Wait, why are they ringing still? A caller at 12th Street saw two men unloading trash from the back of a work truck. The caller said the men were working very fast. So it seems suspicious. It's like, it's obviously a non-union crew. If they're really laboring and working hard, they have nothing to do with any kind of union. Oh my gosh, it's ringing off the hook today. I'll make it the brush phone. Hello. Oh, honey?
I'll get that out of your ear.
What? I can't hear you. I have a brush in my ear. All right.
Use the laser phone.
No, I'm going to use, for this one, Pooey and the Poo phone, because you gotta love a dog poop story.
Poo?
Oh, he's here. Look at this thing. Isn't this magnificent? Isn't this just one of those beautiful things you've ever seen?
Squeeze it.
Oh, Lord. Let's see if I can do it from both ends.
Oh!
Oh, God, it's like my hernia.
Don't burst your poo. Don't burst your poo.
So this is a story about dog poop, which, does life get better than that? A caller on 33rd Avenue advised police that a neighbor kept blaming her dog for pooping in his yard, okay? However, the caller has witnessed other neighborhood dogs running around and pooping in the neighbor's yard. Police told the caller to ignore the neighbor and get more hobbies. Yeah.
He's alerting people to poop. I guess that's, but if you're being blamed for something, you want to prove your innocence,
Yeah.
they should do some DNA of the poop.
We mean connected to the dog's DNA and then figure out whose dog.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the horrible part, if it turns out to be human, then you've got a whole other situation with your neighbor on your hand. Oh my God, the fart phone's going. I got a pig phone again.
Like your cell phone.
That is much better. Yeah. The thing, even, I was going to say it has nipples, but those are the feet. Those are the feet.
Yeah.
A caller on 12th Street had heard rumors that people downstairs were cooking meth. But he also heard something about chicken bones covered in fentanyl being left in the yard. I mean, yeah.
What's the neighborhood app you like? What kind of neighborhood app has that stuff?
It's like the voodoo drug culture.
I've never seen like the neighborhood. What's the neighborhood thing called?
Wait a minute, neighborhood watch?
App where you put neighborhood.
Next door neighbor. Yeah. Anybody found chicken bones covered with meth in their yard? Fentanyl in the yard. Yeah.
I'm gonna see what ours talk about.
The caller said he thought they were all just rumors. Really? Really, you think?
I believe he's the one doing it, probably.
It would certainly make chirping chicken more interesting.
Oh, in Virginia they have a thunderstorm watch.
Or if Chick-fil-A just covered everything with fentanyl.
Neighbors too. Dog in a yard. Not sure if anybody's missing it.
Oh, well, no, that I like Next Door Neighbor for that. If there's lost dogs and lost animals and things, I think that's
Here's a cat and raccoon fighting on a car. I don't want to see that.
Because all I get from Ring is this feeling like, there's a
fire truck, loud booming.
Yeah.
Fire truck.
That's nice. Mostly our Ring tells us, there's an assault a mile and a half away. There's an incident 3/4 of a mile away.
That's Housen. That's school.
Well, that's where we are. But we get these on the Ring too.
Really?
Yeah.
Amber alert. Somebody wants to know if there's a walk-run. What's making it so smoky? Remember we had that smoke that time from the fire? Somebody said, what's making it so smoky? That's good.
Yeah. No, people alerting each other is cool, but sometimes it just makes you, your neighborhood's perfectly great, perfectly safe. Somebody smacks like a child because they were mouthing off, and then suddenly there's an incident, and then it shows up on a Ring or...
People put stuff.
I know. Any other good...
No, they're just looking for... They're looking for, because they lost cats. Somebody's looking for their pet.
Well, actually, speaking of lost cats, if you see Myron cats roaming around the neighborhood...
Someone found a toy drone. I mean, come on, people. Somebody found a pet.
No, that's great. Finding a pet,
said,
wonderful.
Is that a car accident or did a transformer blow?
Ooh, that's not good.
Another cat.
Lots of cats.
Injured goose. That's a loud. They like loud booms a lot in here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would report a very loud boom if I heard one, unless I was on the toilet and it was coming from me.
I believe that's
then.
The problem.
Anywho.
Are there fire trucks?
Yeah.
Dog in our yard again. Cat fighting raccoon again.
Okay. Again?
Yeah.
Cat fighting raccoon again. I love that. Any others?
No.
Well, we have another call that is coming into... I'm going to use my glasses phone.
Glasses phone?
It's pretty clear. A caller at a hotel on 7th Avenue and 8th Street. So close to 8th and 8th. 7th and 8th. Really close. Said that a man pulled out his private parts and began waving them at a guest. And I have to take issue, first of all, there's more to this. Take issue with the description here, because it's one thing if he took out his dick.
Yeah.
You can wave that at a guest. But he took out his parts.
I don't know what that means.
If you wave your balls at a guest, that is painful. And we take all of the private parts together and start trying to wave them. Especially if you're a woman. Then you kind of get the lips going like that. Yeah, I don't even. But police learned that this guy was just adjusting his zipper, and the victim didn't see anything. Still, officers warned the man to, quote, keep his privates in his pants or he would be arrested. It's like, I don't know how I would, police don't matter. I'm just zipping my zipper. Why are you giving me this warning? It's like, anywho. Another call. Now I'm going to use the laser phone. Oh, I forget this is my good ear. I can actually hear things in it. A caller on 14th Avenue reported, oh my God, you're not going to believe this next one. Not going to believe this next one, dear. A caller on 14th Avenue reported hearing a loud boom in her backyard. You were just talking about the boom thing. When she went outside, her glass patio table was shattered.
Whoa.
Okay. So when her neighbor farts, he really lets go.
But it must be some...
I don't know, what would happen?
Maybe something fell on it. Maybe the squirrel.
A bird dropped something?
What's that sound?
This thing.
Okay.
That could be.
You think maybe it was like the squirrel from New York at another time? He fell through and he crashed her table.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean,
but those tables should be shatterproof. They make them for outdoor,
I never understood the desire for those. My aunt had.
They're beautiful, yeah.
I guess, but I mean, it's outdoors. It's glass. Why not just have a plastic?
Shatterproof. They have some kind of feature that makes them more safe.
Yeah, I guess. Except for hers, her patio tables are.
Well, you never know what happened, so.
Yeah.
What?
Gonna go back to the poo phone. I got it. A caller on 25th Street Road heard not a boom. This went down. Hold on. Actually, it looks better with it. No, maybe not. Raise it up a little bit. A caller heard a loud beep coming from outside. Not a boom, but a beep. The caller said that it didn't sound like a fire alarm or a car alarm, but was unsure of the source. In related news, however, a coyote was hit by a falling anvil on Route 41. So, yeah, this is one of those things. We're doing comedy on Dave's Gone By. Another call. My gosh, so many calls. The frog phone. Leaping into service. Here we are. Caller at a nursing home at an unknown address said she overheard a nurse calling a patient a bad word. Ooh. Can you, I don't know. I'll get that one.
What? Say it.
No, I wrote a joke after and I don't get it. So I'm not going to do that one. A caller on 18th Avenue. Let's grab this one from the... I'm just going to go like this way. But on 18th Avenue, this caller was requesting that officers that they deliver her food because, quote, everyone else steals it.
Wow.
The caller said she crashed into another vehicle when she tried to get her own food earlier and she didn't want to drive again.
Oh my God.
Officers responded for a wellness check.
You're good.
The woman opened the door and said, still no food.
I love it. They could have brought some food.
And she closed the door on them.
Why did they bring food?
I don't know why they...
Maybe the issue was she wanted food.
Well, they're not DoorDash.
Yeah, but if they're going to do a wellness check, they could have brought her some food.
They're going to bring her a Twinkie.
I mean, they're visiting. It's only polite. You bring something.
It's like, still no food.
I would have been like, go get food.
Oh, do you have... We don't get it, but do you have the door slam with you? Is that there?
Hold on.
Because that would be perfect for the door slam. It may be in the... Oh, is that it? Yes. I'm gonna reenact this one. Do you want to reenact it?
I'll be the police.
Oh, you be the police.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Ma'am. Oh, wait.
I'm gonna open the door.
Ma'am, this is the police. Put down your weapon. Ma'am.
Still no food. Wow. Or actually, I should have done it this way.
Ma'am, wait. Ma'am,
Coming.
Ma'am.
Yeah?
This is the, we got something for you, baby.
What?
You shouldn't talk like that.
Well, she's probably old.
No,
Yeah.
you did nothing to age inclusive. She crashed her car and she wanted food.
That's true.
Ma'am, we're here to deliver something for you.
Still no food. There we go. Thank you very much. I'll be up for the Oscars later this year. Oh, let's do another. We're rolling. Wow, this requires the catch-up phone. A caller on Center Place Drive said someone took a motorized shopping cart from a grocery store
No.
and was driving it toward a home improvement store nearby.
I love it. Good.
And maybe a round of golf after that.
You're supposed to use them to.
Yeah, to move around.
Does
Yeah,
it say you only can use it at the store?
that's true. Hold on. I'm hungry. I know. Still no food. Look, there's food right here.
Oh.
He loves his ketchup. There it is. Yeah. Okay, Potato. He's happy. Oh, Potato. Oh, Potato. You did that over my mug. Oh, for God's sakes. Wow. All right, let's get to one elsewhere. Let's do, So elsewhere means that this is a story that comes not from Greeley or northern Colorado, but from elsewhere in the news. Crazy stories that happen, of course, all over the world. And we're going to share one with you. This one goes from all the way to Solihull in the United Kingdom. I have no idea. Solihull. And this was picked up by the Shepherd Express, which I guess is a local newspaper there. One late February morning, I know we were sort of delayed in when we get these things. Ewan Valentine, age 36, was devastated to discover that his beloved black 2016 Honda Civic had been stolen overnight.
Oh no.
Determined to replace it with an identical car, Valentine told the BBC he searched for a perfect match. Same color, same year, even the same custom exhaust system. So he found a match at a Honda garage, albeit with a different VIN number.
Okay.
And he paid $26,000 for the vehicle. And he drove it home. That's when he noticed candy bar wrappers that looked familiar and a tent peg. The car's GPS history also had his house, his parents' house, and other familiar locales programmed in.
Boy.
Technicians at a Honda dealership confirmed that the VIN was fake and that Valentine had, in fact, bought his own stolen car.
Oh, that's really good. He found it. Good for him.
Police are working with his insurance company to straighten everything out. As fast as you try and keep up with criminals, they just figure out ways.
It's amazing that he found it.
Oh, I know. But how does a car get stolen, retagged, revinned?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Unbelievable. Let's do another elsewhere. Let's go even further than England, and all the way. Let's go down under to Perth, Australia. Ooh. Now, you carry a pocketbook. You don't carry Perth. But Perth, Australia, this story comes from...
That's cute, honey.
And this... Oh, you're going to like this one. You brought this one to my attention, I believe. The dog-loving community in Perth, Australia, has rallied around a puppy with a rare, life-threatening condition. This is a true story. 5-week-old cavoodle has atresia ani. It is a birth defect where the dog's anus is missing or blocked. You remember what the dog's name was?
What?
Tushy.
No.
Yeah, No, that's not my joke. They named the dog Tushy.
That's just cruel. Tushy. But he has no tushy.
That's the point, yeah.
That's mean.
He was surrendered to Warwick Veterinary Hospital by a breeder who noticed the animals vomiting and bloating. And that's when doctors noticed, said one, quote, "We tried to insert a thermometer.
Oh.
There was no hole for it to go into. So the team performed urgent surgery on the backed up pooch. Tushy's owner could not afford the treatment, of course, so the hospital created a GoFundMe page, knowing how amazing it was that the dog survived 5 weeks without being able to poo.
I think it would die.
Or septic.
It would burst.
Yeah.
It would burst.
Probably because it wasn't eating much solid. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's kind of...
5 weeks in, one veterinarian said, quote, "His insides could have rotted away," unquote. Tushy had the surgery, also needed a second surgery to fix his anal passageway.
Did he have a butt? I mean, and he had an anus.
I guess he had internal, but there's no hole.
Oh, so that's easy.
Well, yes, but apparently there's more stuff.
Okay.
And he's going to need lifelong care going forward.
I would hope so.
But the funding campaign to raise $8,000 raised 11.
Wow.
Said a spokesperson, quote, "We've had people coming into the clinic asking if he's pooped yet."
Oh,
They're bringing,
exciting.
isn't it what? They're bringing food and pads and blankets.
That's very exciting.
I love it.
Waiting for the first poop, you know.
This is still part of the quote.
Did he poop?
Well, he's using however he's.
Oh.
I don't know if they gave him a hole or if they gave him a bag or a catheter or whatever.
Bag, yeah.
Yeah. But I swear to you, this is the vet talking. Who knew a little dog with no butthole could capture so many people?
Oh, I like that.
Unquote. I say, hey, talk about a happy end.
I like that.
Yeah, wrecked him. I nearly killed him. So happy. It's actually a very happy story. So let's get back to Colorado for more of Greeley Times and another phone call. Chicken phone time. Oh my! Oh, I dropped the chicken. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. A caller on 9th Street said that a cat was at her door and would not leave. The caller was worried because her dog was not friendly with cats.
No.
Oh, but to be fair to the dog, the cat at the door was a Jehovah's Witness. So it really helped.
Wow.
Yeah, you can understand why I wouldn't want to open the door for the thing. It's like, if I saw that, oh, where did I put it? Oh, wait. What did I do with it?
What?
I had the door noise, and now I don't know where it is. Did I give it back to you?
Here, honey, here.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna reenact this one,
I'll
too.
do the cat. Okay, here's the cat.
you beat the cat.
That's not the cat. Sorry. Hold on, wait.
Wow. Would you like a copy of The Lighthouse? Meow.
That's very deep.
Thank you very much. So, let's see. Let's do one or two more Greeley Times, and then we'll move on, because we still have story time and our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. But you're watching Dave's Gone By, and we have another call to the Daverhood in Greeley Times. Poo phone.
Is this Greeley or elsewhere?
This is still back to Greeley. A caller on 11th Avenue reported a man in front of the house yelling at people and vehicles passing by. So, a lot of yelling. And the thing is, these are back in like early April. It's not the heat of the summer.
Well, that's why they're yelling, because they have energy.
Oh, maybe, yeah, good point. One more.
Oh.
I got it. Potato phone. A caller at a dry cleaning business on 10th Street reported a man pulled up in a vehicle with no plates and parked.
Yeah.
The man then peed on the property before taking off walking west down 10th Street. So, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But it's sort of like, so he drives up, he pees, and then he goes, well, I guess he parked where he needs to, but, all right, that wasn't as funny as I thought it was. Uh-oh, we have an alert.
You want a bell here? Sorry.
This is one of our newest alerts. This is an implied racism alert. So this call that came into the police department in Greeley has implied racism involved. A caller at a hotel on 8th Street saw two men he thought were pretending to change a tire in order to steal a car. Police responded to the hotel and learned that the car belonged to the men's sister and that they were trying to get it to run.
That's called being a good brother.
Yeah, exactly.
You hope somebody can help you. It's better than AAA if somebody knows how to fix a car.
But you see a couple of guys, you see them, you automatically think, uh-oh, those types are up to no good. They must be stealing the car. And meanwhile, it's like they're doing someone a solid. Gotta use this one. Okay, we got,
Are you playing already?
It fell out and started
You
playing.
gotta get the bow, honey. Where's the bow?
The bow's here.
Take it off. Now take it off the thing. You gotta take it off the thing.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna break it if I pull it off this. I'm just gonna do it like this.
Give it to me. I'll give it to you. Give it here. Calm down.
Yeah, I want to break it.
No, I know the toothbrush has got you a little bit.
Yeah.
Jarred.
Here we go. It's time for our last Greeley event time from Greeley Times on this week. Here we go. Last one. I know it's sad. A caller.
Play the whole thing. Play it.
Well, yeah, okay.
You're really working hard for that, Tony.
I'm wondering how long this goes. But
Take it off.
stop.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
You can stop it, honey. You're in control of that.
A caller at a fast food taco restaurant. See, you already feel sorry for the person's digestion. A caller at a fast food taco restaurant on 10th Street said a man walked inside while dancing, then began to fall asleep while standing up.
It's funny because there was a dance-a-thon by us. It began Friday. So maybe he's a part of a dance-a-thon.
Oh, and he's starting to lose the thread a little bit.
Yeah,
But
so.
if he's at a taco restaurant, he's doing a very different kind of a dance, I'll tell you that. Anywho, that, as I said, is our final item for this week's Greeley Times. But you can't be sad when you hear Groucho Marx do our Greeley theme.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool. I'm sure that you'll agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley was no fool.
Yippee-yi!
Yippee-yi, 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 yi-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. So, you're watching Dave's Gone By live on this Saturday morning, June 28th, 2025. It's our 988th episode. We're calling it AKA Pablo in honor of our guest that was just here half hour ago, Pablo Lewin. We thank him so much. We thank Rabbi Sol so much. But there's more show to do. We have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where we'll be going to Bunion, Colorado. And we'll also have our Bunyan Watch. We'll do them together. We'll link Bunyan Watch and Bunion as our Limerick of the week. And we'll have our friends of the Daverhood as well as StoryTime. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that my wife and I enjoy doing in our neighborhood is going to the local, not book depository, but they're
a little book.
They're shaped like houses or bird houses, little tiny ones.
Little book places that people put in their yards. Free book library.
Free book library, lending library, yeah.
That's a golden English. It says it's a free book exchange.
Yeah. And, even though we promised ourselves 3 years ago when we moved here that we're not going to have crap, we're not going to have CDs and books and stuff and things lying in the rooms and the shelves, already the little bookshelves we have in our living room are full because if I pass these book libraries. And I'm like, I want to read that. I want to have that, and that should be.
And there's also a place like here you can map them and find them.
Yeah, there's an app.
With the cool weather, we've walked to all the local ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm all for it. I think it's pretty great. So we go to these book depository things, and usually I'll get classic type stuff that I want to read or I'm interested in, or cool books, or the Captain Underpants series. But sometimes you find things that are far-flung and far afield and weird, and not going to get much weirder than this. Saw this a couple of weeks ago in the book drop, and this is Chinese. I'm pretty sure this is Chinese writing as opposed to Japanese or Korean. It's definitely not Korean. And the book, and it's impossible to actually make this out. It's Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva. And I know, like, an old friend of mine who was a Buddhist for a while taught me what a Bodhisattva was and all that. And he was reading Dharma bums and all this Kerouac stuff, and as well as really getting into Buddhism. I never glommed onto any of it. But, I figure if I want to learn, and if you want to learn about the basics of Zen Buddhism, what better way than in this weird Chinese anime fashion, taken from a local Buddhist temple, the Buddha Temple of Maryland, whose URL, by the way, is truebuddha-md.org. So let's find out. Oh, look, here he is. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's basically the Montel Williams of Buddhism. Let's introducing Living Buddha Liang Sheng. Our Grandmaster Living Buddha Liang Sheng is a great achiever. He is the white Mahapadmukadama Rara.
Are you okay?
I don't think so. I think I had a stroke reading this.
You want to order food? Is that what you're saying?
He's the Padma Kumara
Yeah.
of Maha Twin Lotus Ponds in the Western Paradise. Oh, well, of course. I run for that every 2 years. And he is also the emanation, he's the emanation of the Amitabha Buddha.
Oh, okay.
In his
I
Maha
think they believe that each Buddha is a monk is a manifestation of Buddha, right? I don't know.
Oh, I imagine so. I don't know. All I know is I go to the store and I can't believe it's not Buddha. But the white Mahapadmakumara has a big family consisting of many different colored Padmukaras, as opposed to the white or the Hispanic Padmukaras. Because there are many disasters and lots of chaos and hunger.
Should barbecue just sent you?
It's the meatloaf.
It's meatloaf, yeah.
It'll be meatloaf until July 4th.
It's just a few great flavors. Limited, hurry in. Do you know what the next one is?
No, I don't know. I'm sure they'll change it July 5th.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry, just kinda...
So he and his family came down from the Western Paradise, which I imagine is Cape Cod, in order to save the human world.
I think it's Reptilicon.
Our Grandmaster cultivates, writes, and paints diligently every day. He also travels around the world to spread his teachings and gonorrhea. His life is very busy but fulfilling. Grandmaster cares about us and is very kind to us. Funny how I remember reading all this about the Lubavitcher Rebbe, right? When we are in trouble, all we have to do is chant his mantra, and we will get his help. He gives us courage and confidence to face many difficulties in life, and he also teaches us how to behave properly in society. He's like Rabbi Sol. We should learn from his compassion. No, he's not like Rabbi Sol. And spread his message of love to everyone, so the world can be as beautiful and peaceful a place like the Western Paradise. Okay, fine. By the way, lineage is important in the Vajrayana Buddhism. Please help your children take refuge before teaching them mantras and mudras. What?
What?
What the fuck is this? Okay, lineage, which means like your family, your background. And it says, please help your children take refuge before teaching them mudras.
What it means is have them in a calm space.
Oh, is that what they mean?
Your refuge, it means like please have them, because when Buddhists are
go into your basement.
No, they're very particular in their meditation style. So you can't Like go to a quiet place. You can't meditate in like a living room where people are watching TV.
The whole point of meditation, when you're really good at it, apparently, I assume.
These are kids who are learning.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
You can go into, the middle of Penn Station during
Oh my God.
a
Look
train
what you
derailment.
just got from.
Oh, God. All right, here we go. One day, after coming home from school, I don't even need glasses for this. The print is so big. Little Ying threw her backpack on the floor as usual and yelled, "Mommy, I'm hungry. Is there a snack for me?"
That's cute.
Here's that is me. Here's little Ying.
Which is the girl? Oh, look at her little uniform. I like
Yeah,
it.
why does mother look only 2 years older than little Ying?
She's very young. She's a
Yeah,
young mother.
they're all married at 8 in that culture. Okay, little Ying threw her backpack on the floor and said, "Mommy, I'm hungry. Is there a snack for me?" I should do this in proper, racist overtones.
No, do it because I can't.
But look at
hear
the cute little dog, though.
When you talk like that, I can't hear. Read it in your voice.
All right, okay.
It's hard to hear.
Mother didn't answer little Ying because she was at the family shrine, concentrating on her prayers. Little Ying grabbed some fruits and snacks from the fridge. Then she turned on the TV to watch her favorite cartoon and started eating and laughing loudly.
The daughter or the mother?
The girl.
Oh.
But what the hell is she watching on TV? What the
That's
hell is that?
the psychedelic older guys do.
That's her favorite cartoon right there.
It's crazy.
Girl's already messed up in the head.
It's a cartoon that's going to make her have seizures. Remember you told
Oh,
me?
yes. But those were Japanese. These are Chinese. Before long, the living room table was a mess because, yes, all children eat like this. They're just smiling, laughing, and flinging the food.
Oh my goodness, she's messy.
But these are
child.
very cute. I like this.
Is that
Kumquats.
lemons? I think it's lemon pie.
I don't know what the hell. I have no idea where this book is going. And here she is, a typical almost pre-teenager, lying on the couch, snacking away.
Next to her. Oh, that's her knapsack. Okay.
And notice, she's so lazy. There's a garbage can here with her poop in it.
Oh,
So there's a
God.
little turd sticking up there.
That is not a good child.
Shameful little Ying. After a while, Mother finally came out from the family shrine. Little Ying asked, "Hi, Mommy. What were you doing? How come you took so long?" Mother looked very worried. "Grandpa just called a little while ago."
No, do it English. I can't hear it. It's hard to hear.
All right. Grandpa just called a little while ago. Grandma had an accident. Just like you did in the garbage can over there. She fell down in the bathroom and hurt her legs.
Oh, God, this is horrible. What a horrible book this is.
Now she's in the hospital emergency room. I wanted to see her, but I had to wait for you to come back from school. I decided to chant the Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva Sutra for Grandma while I was waiting. So all right, so wait. Mommy's chanting, Mom's in the emergency. She doesn't go to the emergency room to chant.
She's
She doesn't
waiting
grab
for-
her.
She has to wait for the kid to come home.
Kid was home. The kid was watching and snacking
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
watching TV. The mother's like, no, God forbid she should go to the emergency room and chant there. No, she has to go to the little shrine with the apple and the fat belly Buddha and take 20 minutes and say, okay, now we go. Because religion first, common sense later. Oh, but now everybody's worried. No, look how sad everybody is. As soon as little Ying heard that her beloved grandma had been hurt, she became very concerned. Is Grandma okay, Mommy? Who is this Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva? Can Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva really help Grandma? Sorry, I have to pronounce that name one more time. And then, Mother replied, Grandma is in surgery right now. I'm sure that Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva will help her because I chanted the sutra for her. Little Ying, let me tell you the story of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva. And by the way, meanwhile, all this is going on there. They're surgically working on Grandma, who is only 3 years older than Mother.
Grandma looks really good. And why are the surgeons 10?
I know.
Why are the doctors 10 years old?
It's an advanced culture. The kids learn quick.
My surgeon's 11.
As soon as they finish kindergarten, they're out there learning anesthesia and
That's great.
techniques, yes, for
Life-saving.
laparoscopy. Yeah. A long time ago,
English.
there was a very, very filial maiden named Guangmu, which is Chinese for bright eyes.
Oh,
Guangmu.
I like that.
And notice a little cow that's Guangmuing in the background.
Is that the mother?
This is Guangmu and her mama, I guess.
How come the mother looks younger than the daughter?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, her mother liked to kill animals.
What? Oh my
We're reading this book, folks. Her mother liked to kill animals and was disrespectful toward the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I guess Muslim or Buddhists or vegetarians, vegans.
Well, high level, yeah. It's like Brahmin, right? So like Buddhism would say respect all life. So eating things that are living is against probably.
Fair enough.
I would think. I don't know.
So no cunnilingus in the Buddhist culture. But after her mother died, Guangmu Maiden was worried that her mother might be terribly punished in hell because, oh my God, she was disrespectful and she ate meat. Folks, if that's the criteria, I am passing limbo and going straight to hell for eternities.
I think Mission Barbecue might have done it for you, Bookie.
To help her mother, she donated all her money to build Buddha statues and stupas. She also did a lot of good deeds and made offerings, dedicating all the merits to her mother.
I like it.
Yeah, because, taking all your worldly goods and giving them to a church, absolutely the way to live.
Charity's a good in every.
Yeah, but it's charity to build fucking buildings, not feed people. It's charity to build temples.
Yeah, but the temples serve people.
This is great. One Buddha was touched by her filial piety. He gave her a dream that her mother would soon be reborn into her family. But unfortunately, the mother looks. Who was the guy in the wheelchair who wrote the History of Time?
Oh, Hawking?
Yeah, mother's going to be reborn as Stephen Hawking.
Oh, look at the baby!
And the mom is going to turn into a Nazi.
Oh, God. Oh, look at the baby, so
Yeah,
cute.
everything is wrong about every fucking thing is wrong about this book. Not that wrong about religion in general. So the Nazi mom, Thailand, über. Somebody's trying that.
But the swastika is a salvation.
I know. This is not the tilted one. It's the upright one, which is the good one.
Is the mother the baby?
Well, the mother, the girl is dreaming that her mom comes back.
Okay.
As a baby reborn into the family. Oh, look, happy, filial piety. Little Ying's eyes grew wide open, which never happens in Chinese culture because their eyes are always like So racist. Wow, Guangmu Maiden really loved her mom. Then what happened? Mother continued, a few days after the dream, her servant gave birth to a baby. Within 3 days, this baby could talk to her. No wonder they become surgeons when they're 10. No idea what. Whoa, look, it's like an insect child. What the fuck is that? It's like the alien thing, coming out of John Hurt's belly. Within 3 days, this baby could talk. The baby was Guangmu Maiden's mother, and it was very scared of the harsh punishments in hell. Remember the mother who had been disrespectful?
Oh my God!
The baby told Guangmu Maiden that it would only live for 13 years, and then it would be sent back to hell for more awful punishments. Don't you love religion? Don't you love what they're trying to teach like fucking 9-year-old children? Unbelievable. When Guangmu Maiden heard that, she was very sad. She vowed in front of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that if her mother could be released from hell forever, she would dedicate herself to help suffering beings in hell life after life. Okay? I don't know if they meant live after life or maybe every single life that they come back, they should help spend their life helping people and also, of course, putting Jews into gas chambers. So that's all part of it. Man. Because of her great vow, her mother was released from hell. And later, Guangmu Maiden became Oh, it's a girl. Guangmu maiden became Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva. Da, 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 da.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's the little angel. That's great.
I'm glad we don't do this show on Friday or Thursday. We do it on Sattva Day. Anywho, okay. Little Ying. She says, yiddling is a whole different story. Little Ying was very touched by her uncle, whom they put away. No, she quote, I think Guangmu maiden is wonderful. Not only did she want to end her mother's suffering in hell, but she also wanted to extend a helping hand to all suffering beings. She was really a kind person. Anyway, we see all these things going on, including sexual harassment. Panda is there. No,
What's that thing there?
Where?
The yellow thing.
The yellow, that thing?
No, the yellow. Keep going. The yellow tiger.
Oh, that thing. Oh, what?
What is
Yes,
it?
of course. It's the Chinese version of Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
You know, they don't have the same food restrictions that our FDA has. They put anything in Chinese, food at the grocery store. So the tiger, there's yellow because it actually has urine in the cornflakes. It's good. The book is almost finished, I promise you folks. Little Ying looked around the messy living room and felt embarrassed. I guess she wasn't like me, Mommy. I'm really sorry. I messed up the living room and made lots of noise while you were praying. I will clean up the room right now, and then we can go to the hospital and see how Grandma's doing. Because it's more important to clean up your fucking room. You know, mother has to pray. She has to tell this endless story. Girl has to clean up the room. Yes, let's go visit a neighbor, bring her some tea. Stop off at Walgreens because I need eye drops. It's like, and then we'll go see Grandma after she's dead. When Mother heard all that, she happily hugged little Ying. I know you are a good girl, just like Guangmu maiden.
Ooh.
Little Ying asked Mother to teach her Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva's heart mantra so she could help Grandma too. Mother smiled. Of course, it is Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. It's nice that they work a laugh into a religious chant. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. Dig it. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Ha Ha. Do you feel religious now? Do you feel changed? You can form Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva's mudra by putting the backs of your hands together with your right palm facing up and hooking your thumbs and pinkies together. What the?
Like this.
Oh, like
This.
I don't know.
Let me see it.
Yeah, this is what they're doing. I can't
Oh,
even.
like this. So like this, honey. Like this.
Oh. Right palm up. Both palms are up and they're hooked like this.
Underneath. Cup your hands like this.
Oh, okay.
And then put your thumbs together.
If my hands are cupped like this, I can't put my
Like
thumbs
this,
together.
your thumbs, yeah.
Ah. Am I doing it right?
No,
No,
like
what's the
this.
matter with me?
Like this.
How do you hit your thumbs if you...
Okay, look at me. Watch her.
Yeah, all right. Do one thing at a time.
Right hand.
Right hand,
Right hands are like this, facing each other, like this.
facing each other.
And then the left hand goes underneath.
Left hand,
Like this, yeah.
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 But they've got the palms like this.
Yeah, and you put it like
This is hurting my arms. I'm feeling it in my forearm. It hurts.
Oh, God damn it.
What is this? Anywho.
You'd like to do this one.
Oh, this I can do.
Or
This I like.
the cup.
No, the cup also. The cup I'm feeling in my bicep. I don't like it. Anywho. Then visual. It says hook your thumbs and pinkies together. This is going to give kids arthritis by the time they're 14. How are you doing that? Ow! Ow! I just scratched myself with my nail.
There.
I am not meant to be a religious person. I see this now. What?
Oh no, David, that looks like a cow.
I used to finger girls like this in college. This is nothing. No. Then, while you're trying to do this, visualize Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva wearing a 5 Buddha crown and a cassock and sitting on a lotus flower. Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva holds a bright pearl in the hand. So maybe she's playing with herself. Remember to visualize that pearl shining a bright white light on grandma's legs. Can you say sexual metaphor right there? I can. A little bit more, folks. Little Ying practiced the mudra and recited the mantra silently. Mommy, I think I got it now. She immediately started to clean up the messy living room so they could go to the hospital, finally, and visit her dear grandma.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
You know, you talk about not killing living things, not hurting things. Look what's part of her mess.
What'd she do? I
So hard to
can't see.
see.
What is that? A chicken?
There's a bag of nuts
I can't see that.
and the red thing, and right next to it, a
How
bag
could that
of...
child eat all that food? I mean, that's impossible.
Oh, okay. A snack. Children can eat a zillion snacks.
Oh, it's
But a bag of potato crisps. That
Can
little...
you read that language and know what it is? You know what it is. It could be anything.
No, it's English. Look.
Oh, what does it say? Oh.
That little girl. She does need
That's
some
why she
training.
was bad. She
Yeah.
was very bad. That's why she got in trouble.
Miserable little bitch. Potato. Little Ying practiced the mudra and recited the mantra silently. Mama, I did that. Mommy, I got it now. Blah, 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 blah. And remember, let's chant Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva's heart mantra together. Om ha ha ha, we samo yeso ha. Om ha ha ha, we samo yes ha ha. Whatever. I love Daddy and Mommy. Oh, so the story's over. Now there's like extra pages of nonsense here. I love Daddy and Mommy.
Oh.
Please write down 10 things you would like to do for your daddy or mommy. And then, do you know which behaviors will bring you closer to Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva? Draw a line between these behaviors.
Like a workout, like a
Yeah. So I guess the good, happy things are going to bring you closer and do good things. But they all, I don't know if there's any that aren't. Let me see. It's totally hard to... I guess where people are helping you'll love this one, helping an old person cross the road.
Yeah.
Old person with a cane. And the old person with the cane still looks only 2 years older than the little girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. And then remember that the seed syllable of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva is ha. The mudra is the hand thing. The mantra is Om ha ha ha, we samayasa ha. And learning goal, filial piety. Aww. And finally, I chanted the Ksitigarbha mantra 108 times, rounds 4. You can sort of fill in the blanks and be brainwashed along with millions and millions and millions of other children being raised in various religions. Oh, and the world of seed syllables. How fun. Okay. Just more crap. Upon receiving, the methods of taking refuge. At 7 a.m., your local time, on either the 1st or the 15th of every lunar month, face the direction of the rising sun. With palms joined, reverently recite the fourfold refuge mantra 3 times. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddha Ye, Namo Dharma Ye, Namo Sangha Ye. Seeking Living Buddha's Liang Sheng's guidance, I'm taking refuge in the true Buddha. And prostrate 3 times. And, if you're like Rabbi Sol Solomon, who's going to be here in a couple of minutes, you know that your prostrate's going to hurt. Send a letter to the True Buddha Foundation to indicate your wish to receive the refuge empowerment. State your name, address, age, blood type, and enclose a voluntary offering to the contact address of the Living Buddha.
Marie said here.
Well, what is she? We got a letter from a message, a text from. Seems to be very heavy for a children's book. Actually, no, it's a quarter pound. Maybe it's books like the one you read from is what causes kids to be so seriously disturbed today, as many articles have been written about. Yes, thank you, Marie, our friend Marie out in Florida. Ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, okay. So send all this information to the Living Buddha, Liang Shen, who, by the way, if you want to meet the Living Buddha, he's in Redmond, Washington. They give his address. Really? 17102 Northeast 40th. Buddha!
When was the book published?
There is literally no year on
So
this.
that might be not true now.
Oh, yeah, he might be the dead living
I
Buddha.
don't know, yeah.
I don't know. It just seems recent enough that he's probably maybe senescent.
Okay.
He's alive, but he's got Alzheimer's, and he's saying, "That's a Buddha." And you may obtain refuge empowerment personally from Grandmaster Lu or from a true Buddha Acharya who confers the empowerment on behalf of Grandmaster by visiting a true Buddha temple chapter cultivation group or by attending a true Buddha ceremony. And then finally, yes, surprisingly, this book is free. So I guess they're trying to convert Jews because, we would go for free stuff. Here it is, complimentary, the book Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva, and there it is. So always remember when you're trying to, and it's interesting how all the religions have this fear of horror and this
Yeah.
delving into horror. Jews, not just the Holocaust, but all these biblical stories about the Pillar of Salt and the Tower of Babel and things being destroyed and Adam and Eve being thrown out of the Garden of Eden. You got Christians where, all the different branches of Christianity is like, look at Jesus on the cross. Look how he's, and nails, feel the nails pounding into his head. And now this, it's just like, look, Buddha, and Buddhism is supposed to be the happy religion. It's not supposed to be being afraid of hell and the fires and the torments and death and coming back and dying young. It's like chant, feel good, clear your mind, have a good time. The more, as much as I will always be a pro-Jewish Zionist, I just get the more I see about any religion now, the more I back away from it laughing and with just this ridiculous expression on my face. It's all nonsense. It really, really is. Anyway, this show is all nonsense. It's called Dave's Gone By, and it stars me, Dave Lefkowitz. It also features my darling and adorable and a wonderful wife, Ann Potato. Hi! And today it has also starred our brand new friend of the Daverhood, comedian Pablo Lewin. So, I never played the StoryTime music, but I'll certainly play the background music for our friends of the Daverhood. So friends of the Daverhood are people who've been in the Daverhood on this program over the 22 and a half years that we have been on the air, whether it's been on terrestrial radio or doing our podcast. So we want to thank, first of all, and foremost today, Pablo Lewin. Again, check for him on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're out on the West Coast, go see him live doing comedy. You've seen how enjoyable and funny he can be. So there's that. And also, thank you to Rabbi Sol Solomon, who did the interview there. Rabbi Sol has his website, shalomdammit.com, shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T, shalomdammit.com. This is where you can read and hear all his rabbinical reflections, and we do have one coming up towards the end of this episode. Well, we're getting towards the end of this episode of him talking about the mayoral primary that happened a couple of days ago. But that's his 197th rabbinical reflection. All the others are there on his site with links to hear him speak them or visually see him. Plus, this is the place where you can watch his great stage show, Shalom Dammit, An Evening with Rabbi Sol Solomon, as well as his classic TV show, Shalom Dammit, Rabbi Sol Solomon's Peace, Love, and Acid Reflux Hour. All of that at shalomdammit.com. Now, have some other people who've been on this program over the years, including going to give congratulations to writer Evelyn McDonnell. Her article, The Imperative for Independent Journalism, published by Random Lengths News a few weeks or months ago, took second place in the commentary category for newspapers under 50,000 at the Southern California Journalism Awards. So congratulations to my friend and former USC journalism alumnus, Evelyn McDonnell. Congratulations also to singer-songwriter, rock star Willie Nile. He's got a video for his new song. It's called We Are, We Are. He is Willie Nile. Check him out. And then have to do condolences because about a week and a half ago, we lost another friend of the Daverhood. Got to give a farewell to Ed Rubin, our beloved theater critic friend. Born Ed Rubinstein. I didn't even know that he had shortened his name to Ed Rubin. Ed, I've got to put my glasses on again, actually. He passed at the age of 84 after having a fairly long-term and debilitating illness. I think cancer was involved in that. Everybody called him Fast Eddie. Everybody who knew him. He had bladder cancer.
Why do they call him Fast Eddie?
That was his name. His name for himself. Probably because he was always so active. He was always traveling, going to museums, seeing art, seeing theater, of course, and doing everything life had to offer. He was just an incredibly vital and intelligent and fun-seeking and art-seeking and thoughtful person. He's buried at the Evergreen Cemetery in Brooklyn. He was a member of the Drama Desk, the Outer Critics Circle, and the American Theater Critics Association. One of the things I loved about Eddie was not just having him on my program. He was on several of our Tony broadcasts and our theater-related events that we have on this show. But he would send people on his list, his email list, these blasts of funny cartoons, of jokes, sometimes risque, sometimes Jewish, sometimes just jokes, and articles worth reading. He loved reading, and he found an interesting article. He couldn't wait to share it with everybody on his list. And it could be articles about anything under the sun, just good writing. He loved it. One of my favorite New York memories over the past few years was going with mutual theater critic and friend Ann Siegel to see Ed in his tiny little apartment in New York, which was crammed here to there to everywhere with books, because like barely one bedroom apartment. And I just remember he had a drawing prominently. It wasn't even hung. It was just like, probably had been hung and then it took it down, but it was visual of a naked young man. And we're trying to eat, and I'm just staring at like this picture of a guy's dick. We're trying to have food. And yeah, it was bisexual and open and fun and, about everything. And opinionated about everything. That was the beautiful thing about having him on Dave's Gone By. When he talked about the Tonys, it wasn't like, I really like this show, but this one was a little better, and this person deserved to win. And he would just lay into things. He would complain about things. He would praise things to the skies. He was, 110% Ed. And that was great about Ed Rubinstein, or Ed Rubin, as we all knew him. So we bid him a fond farewell to our friend of the Daverhood. Okay, some more folks in the Daverhood. Stevie GB, the comedian, he is playing, I swear, I didn't know this existed.
Is that a real name?
Stevie. Well, it's Steve John Turco, or I think that's his last name, but it's easier to say Stevie GB. He's playing at the Lindenhurst Moose Lodge. And that is tonight.
That's funny.
So go see him, Stevie GB at the Moose Lodge. Got to let you know that you have only 2 more days, today and tomorrow, to see on Broadway Dead Outlaw, which is co-written by our...
Also did a Boop, right? Or what's the one the dentist
Well,
saw?
Boop and Smash
And
are...
the one the dentist saw's closing. Dorian Gray.
Picture of Dorian Gray, that's also closing, yeah. A lot of things closing up. Post-Tony Shakeout. It happens every year.
But some of them won. Didn't Smash win?
Well, Sarah Snook won Best Actress for Dorian
Why
Gray.
would they close?
It's a short run. They're contracted for a certain amount of time, and they don't get another actor to do it. Smash got some good reviews, but kind of backhanded and didn't get the people in. Boop also. The actress from Boop is supposed to be sensational,
So
but
what happened? Why would they? You told me that when they win the awards, they stay open.
they try and stay
They
open.
stay open more.
Yeah, but back in
Especially
the
tourist season. This is
I know.
summer. Like, I don't understand.
Back in the day, I think the Tonys had a little more sway. I think when there were only a few TV channels and stuff, and more people watch the
Now
Tonys.
people just look on the interwebs.
Yeah, and so if a show wins a bunch of things, and the New York Times have more sway. So now things do get a bump post Tonys, but sometimes it's not enough. For a week, they'll make an extra $50,000, but it doesn't translate to long-term sales to keep it going to Labor Day or into the fall season where it has another crop of things coming in. So it is the natural order that things that are enjoyable, things like Real Women Have Curves, which is a very enjoyable show, that's closing this weekend
I
too.
really like that.
Yeah.
That's weird. So do they have? They have other shows waiting to take that theater, right? That's
Yeah,
why. Is that
that
why?
also. If there's
So
things
is
on the
it
runway.
that do they have a prearranged somebody coming in that they have to get the show out? I don't get it.
Well, if we get to the point where there's things called stop clauses, where if the grosses for a certain go to a certain level, it's an automatic 2 weeks notice. But
and then somebody else is waiting already.
But even then, the landlords can lean on, look, you're not even breaking even. You're in the red. Doesn't look like it's going to cross that. Sorry, cut your losses and run. Because if you're in the red every week, you're just losing more money. Right? And that's kind of what happens when you have such a crowded field. Even shows that people enjoy. I mean, if you read, I'm going to mention David Sheward, our critic friend. He writes Broadway reviews for culturaldaily.com, theaterlife.com, and totaltheater.com, the best one. And he liked so many of these shows. He enjoyed Smash. He had a great time at Boop. I think he liked Real Women Have Curves too. I like Real Women Have Curves. I saw that one.
Yeah, you said you liked.
But they're close. There's so many shows sometimes that there's people just gravitate towards the thing that they feel they really want to see. Is MJ, that Michael Jackson musical, which is loud but very watchable, enjoyable, that's been running for 2 or 3 seasons already. Is that better than Smash or Boop? No, but people want to see Michael Jackson.
If it makes money, they keep it. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
That's what it is. Sometimes there's no accounting for taste, if you will, and there's no taste for accounting unless you're Jewish.
You're also just applying your own taste to other people. It may not be your taste.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, this is all by way of saying also that Dead Outlaw, which got wonderful reviews, better reviews off Broadway than Broadway, but still great reviews, and they're saying it's an excellent score by our friend David Yazbek. If you want to see it, you have the matinee today, the show tonight, and then tomorrow, and then it's gone. So, unfortunate. And that's at the Longacre Theater on Broadway. Eleanor Risa will be doing New York Sings Yiddish. Isn't that cool? Because she was part of the Folksbiene group. And where is she? This is with Frank London's Klezmer All-Stars. He's a friend of the Daverhood. Music director Zalman Latek, third friend of the Daverhood. This is all taking part on Monday at Central Park Summer Stage. So those of you who are in New York and Upper West Side, go check that out. New York Sings Yiddish. And then also starting on Monday and running through the middle of July, a play called Finding Dorothy Parker, which features Julie Halston and Anne Harada, 2 friends, for the price of 1, taking place at the Laurie Beachman Theater. So I think it's more of a cabaret thing, maybe. But that's happening starting Monday and running through the middle of July. And then also on Monday, June 30th, Michelle LaRue performs her late husband's piece, Places, Please, Act 1. Her husband was Warren Cleaver. That's probably his best-known play. And that is at the Drama Bookshop. So go check that out. Excuse me. And then on Friday, or wait a minute. Actually, that's next. Let's see. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's already for next Saturday. I'll save that. But now through July 5th, Karen Finley has her exhibit of paintings and drawings that she's doing. It's called More Desperate Than Ever, and you can catch that at Freight and Volume on Lispenard Street in Manhattan. Our new friend of the neighborhood, but one of my oldest acquaintances, Randy Packer, back from high school. He is directing the Noel Coward play Private Lives. You can see that in Conroe, Texas at the Players Theater now through next weekend. Danny Burston is on Broadway in Gypsy, Alan Menken's music is in Aladdin on Broadway and Little Shop of Horrors off. Michael Guerin plays piano at the Roxy Hotel Tuesdays through Saturdays in Tribeca. Vince Giordano and the Nighthawks, they play Birdland on Monday and Tuesday nights now. And Jim Caruso's cast party every Monday night at Birdland. Get your tickets at birdlandjazz.com. Shout out to Evan Seplow, the founder and editor of StageBuddy.com. Shout out to Vicky Quaddy, co-creator of Late Night Catechism and Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun? And shout out to Charlie Gross and Leslie Hobank Blake, who do Two on the Aisle on YouTube, where they review theater. And by the way, Eva Heinemann reviews theater too on her show High Drama. Watch that on YouTube. And those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. Well, it is already 5 after noon Eastern Time here in the Daverhood. We always go a little long when we've skipped a week doing this program because there's so much to do and so much fun to have. And we still have a bit more fun for you. We've got our Colorado Limerick of the Damned coming up, where we go to Bunyan, Colorado for a limerick, and we're going to tie that in this week. This is exciting. I don't know why the newspapers aren't outside the house, the Eyewitness News van, or whatever the Maryland equivalent of Eyewitness News is. No, to see that we're conflating Bunyan Watch with our Colorado Limerick for Bunyan, Colorado. This is unheard of. This is unprecedented in the history of the world, let alone the history of days gone by. But before that, as promised, we're going to go back to Rabbi Sol. He did the interview with Pablo Lewin earlier in this episode today. He also has his thoughts politically, because I can't really get engaged or involved politically on the show for various reasons, but Rabbi Sol can a bit. And he has his thoughts on the primary election that happened in New York City on Tuesday. A bunch of people were running, including Mayor Adams, the current mayor, who is running for, because all these allegations and convictions, whatever against him, he can't run on the Democratic ticket, so he's an independent. And then Curtis Sliwa is running for the Republicans, and there's other folks. Well, the primaries shook themselves out, and the upstart winner, who just came like zooming like a rocket the past few weeks, passed Andrew Cuomo, and Mayor, well, was Adams? No, Adams wasn't running. He's going to be, I don't know how the whole thing worked. I don't live in New York anymore, thank goodness. But zooming past everybody was this guy, Zohran Mamdani, former rap singer, and now presumptively the Democratic candidate for mayor in November. He'll be up against Adams and Curtis Sliwa and possibly Cuomo as well. So it's going to be real interesting to see this race, and kind of scary for Jewish people like Rabbi Sol Solomon. So let me share my screen again and bring up, let's just put that up, okay. Gotta lower that down, gotta lower that down, gotta load up Rabbi Sol with his rabbinical reflection. It's sort of a mini sermon, a speech, a rant here on Dave's Gone By. Shalom, damn it! This is Rabbi Sol Solomon with a rabbinical reflection for late June 2025. Well, congratulations, progressive Democrats. Your efforts to transform once magnificent New York City into a terrifying shithole are going splendidly. On June 24th, primary day in New York City, voters rejected Andrew Cuomo, whose only sin was hubris and killing a bunch of old people during COVID. Ask yourself, were they missed? Instead, these lefty losers pulled the lever for Zohran Mamdani. Who is Zohran Mamdani? Or more precisely, who the fuck is Zohran Mamdani? He's the son of a Columbia professor of colonialism, That should tell you something right there. And of a filmmaker mom who spent a decade boycotting Israel. Little Zohran got his start stumping for a Palestinian pastor and joining the anti-Zionist Democratic Socialists of America. Bolstered by these unassailable credentials, in 2020, Mamdani was elected assemblyman for Astoria and Long Island City, Queens. Like so many liberal Democrats, Mamdani has ideas that sound good on paper. Raising minimum wage, free busing, government-run free grocery stores for the poor. Can you say Russia 1970s? Prison reform. But like so many socialists, he has no idea where to get the money to pay for this Marxist utopia. But that's okay. All politicians promise pie in the sky, but deliver olive loaf in the gutter. The disaster of Mamdani is not inexperience and economic naivete. His worthlessness boils down to one issue: virulent hatred of Israel. When you elect someone whose rallying cry is globalize the Intifada, who calls Israel's revenge against Hamas genocide, and who refused to co-sponsor Holocaust Remembrance Day, you're putting power in the hands of a dangerous, evil radical. The very fact that Mamdani was backed by AOC and by Bernie Sanders, a self-hating communist kike, if there ever was one, tells you everything you need to know, except that this guy isn't even Arab. Mamdani is Ugandan, the country that gave us Idi Amin, child soldiers, and anti-gay legislation that makes Yemen look like Rainbow Station on Christopher Street. So, New Yorkers, when November rolls around, you have a choice. You can re-elect Mayor Adams, who may not be Giuliani, but he certainly moved the city past the de Blasio debacle. You can go Republican with Curtis Sliwa, who's run so many times he should campaign in jogging shorts. Actually, I think he does. And by the way, the platform of pro-police, anti-crime, anti-illegals, conservative Sliwa also includes pilot testing universal basic income. Put that in your progressive pipe and smoke it. Oh, and there's also an independent candidate, Jim Walden, a high-powered attorney who has as much chance of winning as I have of growing my foreskin back. Then again, the impossible and unthinkable have happened so many times the past couple of years, I keep Ripley's Believe It or Not on speed dial. What I do believe is that Big Apple Democrats now have their own Trump, a scary wild card they chose mainly to signal their exasperation with the status quo, or at least I hope that was the motivation. The other option is that pro-Muslim anti-Semitism has become so ingrained in the left, even the Jewish left, that they'd vote for bin Laden if he used the right pronouns. Me, I fear for New York and America, not because Zohran Mamdani will build concentration camps or start pogroms or close all the delis. I dread a culture that turns a blind eye to hateful ideology and a deaf ear to common sense. Too often, socialist policies meant to provide a safety net instead ignite lawlessness. But look on the bright side. There's always Sharia law. This has been a rabbinical reflection from Rabbi Sol Solomon, temple sons of bitches, in Great Neck, you should pardon the expression, New York. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Sol Solomon live on Dave's Gone. Well, He actually pre-recorded this earlier in the week, but we're back live on Dave's Gone By. And the views expressed by Rabbi Sol Solomon do not necessarily reflect the views expressed by myself, but anywho. Again, for more about Rabbi Sol, go to shalomdambit.com. He also has a Twitter feed at Rabbi Sol Solomon. I should mention, we have a Twitter feed too, Radio Dave 2, Radio Dave and the number 2. We also have an Instagram page, dave.lefkowitz. We also have our YouTube page, Dave's Gone By. The main thing is we have our regular page, davesgoneby.com. That is where all the archives reside. They're free, as Pablo Lewin would say. You can stream everything from our very first episode.
No, I'm just rubbing myself.
From our very first episode, which was audio only, it was a radio show, all the way to our last week's program. Of the 988 episodes we have now done of this program, like 984 of them are saved in some format. It's rather extraordinary. Like the whole history of the show is at your fingertips at davesgoneby.com. Plus we have a separate archive there for just the interviews and just the skits and everything else. Plus we do the same thing at archive.org. We have a channel there, Dave's Gone By, and every episode we've ever done, every interview we've ever done is also at archive.org, which is kind of great. So if one website goes down, our material is still out there.
Like today, it'll take you a little time because you have to merge the two files.
Oh yeah, no, this episode will take, yeah.
Remember, you started and stopped.
So we might not be up until tomorrow with the.
It won't take that long. You download the two files and merge them on Zoom.
Well, thank God I've got a recent new computer so I can put them together.
Yes. Don't forget.
On iMovie. Oh yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
You won't forget.
Maybe since I paused the recording, it'll be one file. Hope so. It'll be one file on Facebook anyway.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So, but the quality won't be. I'll worry about it.
That's interesting. We'll have to see. We never did it.
But we save all our shows, and either at davesgoneby.com or watch them at archive.org or listen to them at castbox.fm. That's for plainly podcasting. So if you don't have time to sit and watch for 3 hours, maybe you want to hear the show, which is still essentially a radio program, and you can do it on the bike at the gym, you can do it on the Amtrak going somewhere, you can do it at the barbecue, you can do it driving. Honestly, just pop on from castbox.fm as a podcast and listen to us that way. It's all just ways of watching and seeing and enjoying this program. And you can write to me too, davesgoneby@aol.com, or post messages to me or direct message me right here on the Facebook page, Dave's Gone By.
What you get us here?
Well, show me.
Friendly Sundays. You use all Sundays for friendlies.
Oh my God, there isn't even a Friendlies near us. I like Friendlies. I don't really miss it, but I like Friendlies. Anywho, we're not quite done with the program because I know we've had so much fun. We've had Pablo Lewin talking comedy. We've had Rabbi Sol ranting about the primaries. We've had the book the Bodhisattva book. So much joy and Greeley times. Oh yes. Oh, absolutely. Remember, chanting the names of the Lord and you'll be free. And in this case, the name of the Lord is whatever what was it? Some kind of nonsense chant. What did Little Ying say? Om ha ha ha, we samoye so ha. So there, so ha. We do have something else that you'll be chanting to yourself. It's our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Because my wife and I lived in Colorado for about 13 years. And while there, I got it into my head to write as many small comical poems about as many places as I could in the state of Colorado. It could be big cities, tiny little towns. The main thing is to be able to rhyme the name of the place a couple of times.
That's hard to do. Some of them are more of a challenge than others.
Vail, no problem. Greeley, pretty easy. But somebody, Johnstown, I try, I do my best. I've done it more than 300 times now. And we have yet another brand new Colorado Limerick of the Damned today, where we will be going to Bunion, Colorado.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme, and likewise verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick.
Yes, sing, I'm in Colorado, here on Dave's Gone By. Bunion, Colorado. Now, I've got almost nothing to tell you about Bunion, Colorado. It is part of Johnstown, that area in Weld County, where my wife and I used to live in northern Colorado. Probably, we all think it was named after fabled, mythical, legendary lumberjack Paul Bunyan. The guy swinging the axe and chopping down everything in like mightier than Popeye even. So that is really all you can find out about Bunion, Colorado. So to make up for the paucity of information about this place and its name, we're going to conflate this segment with Bunyan Watch, because for the past almost 3 years now, I have been sharing the size, shape, and condition of my bunions with you, the audience, because I know how interested you are in that. And it's been a few weeks since I've done it. We started it because I started teaching when we moved here. And my first week of teaching, I had a pair of shoes that I thought I had broken in, or sneakers. And I hadn't broken them in thoroughly enough. And I got this terrible rubbing, open sore on the top of my foot, not on my bunion, but near my bunion. And so I thought, hey, since I share everything with you, let me show you my bunion. Well, I had a bad foot thing this week. My knee was giving me some pain when I was coming down on it wrong. And could have been because we did a very long walk in New York in bad heat when we were in Manhattan. We walked about 3 miles in 90-degree weather, and not the smartest idea. But, and when I looked at my foot, when I peeled off my sock and saw it in the hotel, it looked like an animal claw. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen. My foot looks relatively normal again, but oh boy, let's take a look at Dave's bunion, shall we? Let's lower the magical bunion table all the way down here. And this is my right foot bunion. This is the bad one, even though this isn't the one that was giving me trouble when I first started the segment. Here is, look at the color on that thing. Look, it's red like Fuji Mountain. That is the bunion on my right foot. Whoa, whoa. So it was bad that weekend, last weekend. It's gotten more normative and better now. It doesn't look so terrible. That's the problem. You can't really see it unless I pull this all the way down.
Don't step on the table, it'll break.
Oh, all right. Well, okay.
All
right. Okay. Hold on. There. And then I'm going to put this here. This is my left foot bunion. Also, when I really squeeze my toe in like that, it turns red. But the color is... let me turn it this way and that. Bunyan Watch, ladies and gentlemen. Bunyan. Now, I am pretty sure that Bunion, Colorado was not named after Bunyan Watch. I'm pretty sure that it was not named after the segment on Dave's Gone By. Yeah. Hey, at least I can do my old phlegm today. All right, let me raise this back up, because now it's time to get back to our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. There we go. All right. Well, all right. Perfect. So, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned is a poem dedicated to a place in Colorado. And this place, I'll move this back here, and pull this down, give me a little more room, is Bunyan, Colorado. Here we go. A fiendish young fellow from Bunyan enslaved a young boy in his dungeon. With whips and with chains, he'd bash the boy's brains and bugger his butt with an onion. Yes, my friends, that is our Colorado Limerick of the Damned for this Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Send your comments and complaints to davesgoneby@aol.com. I do love that line, bugger his butt with an onion. Ass would be funnier, and yet because I've got the alliteration of the B there, I stuck with bugger his butt with an onion, and also the assonance of the sound. Oh, the choices that we literary people make, I've got to tell you. Or, put it another way, Om ha ha ha, we samo ye soha. All right, it's time for me to use my electric toothy brush because we've got to leave the Daverhood. It's almost 12:30 in the afternoon on this Saturday. This was the 988th episode of the show. It remains for me to thank once more Pablo Lewin, to thank Rabbi Sol Solomon, to thank my darling and adorable wife for helping out with the program. Sending out happy July 4th to you all. Sending out a very, very happy birthday to my mom tomorrow. So a big day for her, and sending love to her as well. Sending love to our family. We lost another cousin the last week or so. He wasn't on the program, unfortunately. I never had my cousin Shelley on the show. Oh my God. Well, I'm blanking. What is their names?
Adele?
And last name?
Levine.
Levine,
Yeah.
Sheldon Levine, my cousin Shelley.
Is that, I don't know. You have to
Yeah.
tell me.
He passed. I mean, he was not
And
young.
the kids are Jody and,
Jody, well, she's married to Fred.
yeah. And then David.
And David,
Yeah.
Mary. So this is what Sheldon. If Sheldon had died a year ago, and I sort of, he should have died a year young. Had he died a year younger, he will not have seen his son, his daughter-in-law, and his brother die.
Wow.
But it's just literally, it has been that kind of year for my family, and particularly that side of the family. So, of course, we express our condolences to Adele and the living Levines, who are still out there, and Jody, of course, and her husband Fred. So, yeah, what a year. And it's only June. What a year. But anyway.
We're past the midway, right?
Well, July 1st would be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
It's coming up. Is that Monday?
Yeah. Or Tuesday. Yeah, it is. Today's the 28th, 29th. Tuesday will be the 1st
Oh.
of July.
I forgot. I know my meetings.
And we won't see you before the 4th of July. So, I am accidentally hung this upside down.
Yeah, you did a good. I love the way you decorated. Nice.
Thank
job.
you. Thank you so much. And these are, my wife cut out those numbers to make the numbers and
The
stuff.
way you organize it, it fills the page. You were trying to fill
The space, yeah.
I took a screenshot of. I was
So-
trying to show you the.
All you're going to hear about is how fucked up America is now, how terrible the president is, or how great the president is, or how insane the Democratic Party is, or how right the Democrat. I mean, it's, through it all, if you live as long as I have, it's still a pretty fantastic country. Still a pretty amazing place, and that we're lucky to be in. So on July 4th, have your hot dogs, or your vegan hot dogs.
What you found. So David did.
I almost forgot!
You found their buns underneath the thing, and remember you were eating hot dog with no bun. You found buns.
Oh. All right, two things to share with you about this.
It's about 4th of July.
Yeah, and it's about something that looks like this. It's about hot dogs.
Yeah.
So first of all, another New Jersey rest stop story, because I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know how to work a toothbrush head. I'm just a moron. So a couple of weeks ago, we were going to the New Jersey rest stop, and rather than pay like $14 for a smash burger or something like that, I'm like, I'm going to try one of these things like Green Apple, which is a Apple Green. Sorry. Apple Green.
It's like a convenience store at rest stops. It's
Yeah.
like a chain,
Yeah, where you can buy sodas and things like that.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. It's like having a 7-Eleven
Yeah.
in a rest stop.
Because it's really connected. It's connected to the part that faces the gas station.
Right.
So that's why. Yeah.
And they come in and while they're filling up, they get coffee or tea, whatever they want, a cold beverage. And it's great. It's fun, and it's a wonderful thing to have.
Oh, yeah.
So, but they also have, just like in 7-Elevens, the little rollers with hot dogs and bratwursts on them and cheesewursts on them. So you know what? Let me try. You're looking askance. So how can you eat that from a place like that? I'm going to try this. And it was yummy. It was a hot dog. It was a
Very
friggin'...
disappointed because...
But the only thing I was like, they give you a little container, and you have a ketchup thing you can use, a mustard thing, and a relish thing. But how can you have a hot dog with no bun? I mean, it's missing one of the essential components, not to mention one of the things that keeps it from being as messy as it can be when you're putting all these condiments on it. Okay, it's great, and a hot dog is $2.50, which is really good price for a hot dog nowadays. I'm like, what? I'm trying to eat this hot dog, my burning my fingers.
Some people don't eat carbs, so maybe they thought you were... A lot of people don't eat carbs, so they probably thought the 2 times you got it before that you didn't eat carbs. And then I went to the, because I'm like my nana, so I went to the man and I said at the cashier, I said, "Where are the buns?" He said, "Ma'am, look in the bun drawer. It says bun."
Look in the bun drawer. There's a drawer marked buns in big letters.
And it has a picture. It has pictures for people in case you can't read the word bun. It shows you.
And all I had to do, and since I went back and got another hot dog this time, all I had to do was look under the roller of where the hot dogs were cooking, see this drawer saying buns.
So maybe we'll go to the Wawa. We'll see if we can get you one at the Wawa on the 4th of July.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yes.
Yeah.
You open the bun, you open the thing, and there's buns in there.
They're hygienically packaged one by one.
Yeah, they're individually wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
You grab one,
How was
you
the
put
bun?
the
How
hot
was
dog
the
in.
bun?
There's a bun. How bad can a bun be unless it has mold on it? It's fine. It's fantastic.
But you didn't talk. Next week you'll talk to them. We didn't talk about Poop Cruise. We watched Poop Cruise.
Oh my God, we're at 12:30 already.
Put it on your list for next week.
I will. Yeah. No. Oh my God. We watched a documentary about a boat, a Carnival cruise line that the lights went out and everything went to hell, including streams of urine and poop. If you have Netflix, watch it, and then we can talk about it next week. So
There's
yes,
another one coming on Tuesday. What's the one we want to watch this Tuesday? There's another
a
one.
nightmare thing. Some other, not nightmare. What's the word?
It's like called Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Thank you. Yeah. But also, since it will be July 4th, not only will I glorify myself with another hot dog and bun, now I know where the buns are, because God forbid I should actually have compass mentis and see a drawer marked buns with a drawing of a bun on it.
I didn't see it either because you would think they'd have them out, but then I guess they keep them warm. It was warm.
Yeah, it was nice. Because it's under right where the rollers were.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
But the other thing is, and I don't know if it's going to be Friday, probably must be, rather than Saturday, which is already the next time we'll see you, July 5th. But July 4th is not just about patriotism. It's not just about Uncle Sam and the glory of America and the United States. It's about the Coney Island Nathan's Hot Dogs Eating Championship.
Oh boy, yes.
Which this year
Is
will
Kobayashi back?
No, not Kobayashi. But you tell the story. Do you know what's happening?
Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. I'm gonna see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here, let me do a giant bratwurst on this. Joey Chestnut is back. If you know the big controversy last year, Joey Chestnut was stumping for a meatless, vegetarian kind of meat thing. And this made the folks at...
That's the Post.
Yes, is the... Wait, Steve Serby, where is it? What happened to it? Joey Chestnut, here we go. Oh, this is a new story. I haven't even read this. This is from now.
42 minutes ago. If that's what I got you, yeah.
Steve Serby of the New York Post has a headline, Joey Chestnut gives behind-the-scene look at Hungry Prep for Nathan's return.
See if he's going to be sponsored by the other company.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if he's with Impossible Meats anymore, if that was just a one-year contract.
Oh, maybe.
Because he couldn't work out a deal with Nathan's to do what he does, eating these... God knows what kind of meat is in the Nathan's Hot Dog. It's some kind of meat. It's some kind of axolotl rat meat or whatever.
See what it says. I want to see what they'll say if he's sponsored.
So they're asking Joey, What is so great about a Nathan's hot dog? Now that you can, right? You gotta love money. Oh my gosh, it's a 100-year-old recipe. More than that now. It's good from the start.
Ooh.
There's no reason to change something that's not broken, I agree. It really is a unique tasting, all beef hot dog, natural tasting, simple, but delicious. How would you describe your mentality? This is Steve Serby talking to competitive eater Joey Chestnut. How would you describe your mentality on game day? I'm hungry.
Good.
That's all it is. I'm staying hungry no matter what I'm expecting to eat, uncomfortable and bloated, and I'm ignoring whatever feelings it takes to get there.
Ooh.
Right before the first bite. What is going through your gut?
Oh, God.
Actually, before the first bite, nothing's going through his gut.
Nothing air.
I think the hardest part of the contest is the first one. Stay calm. Don't try to swallow the hot dog's whole. They should be giving this advice to that chicken in the Bodhisattva book. My first instinct is to try to swallow whole. That's not a good thing. Your muscles aren't stretched out yet. And I don't want to cough, right? Stay calm. Take a normal bite and work into the rhythm. Sometimes I overattack the food and my muscles aren't ready to work for me right away. Stay calm. Don't shove in too much all at once, which is great honeymoon advice as well. Is there more? Is there more? There's more. Who is your biggest threat?
Well, Kobayashi's out.
He retired, yeah. And I don't know if Matt Stoney will be there. My biggest threat is myself. If I get in my own head, if I let something bother me. There's a guy from Montreal named James Webb, and I think he's amazing. He's young, he's fit, he likes to work out, so he's going to push himself really hard. If I let myself mess up, he's the only one who can catch me. Do you feel any pressure? I want to say, well, when I have 50 hot dogs pressing on my small intestine, yes, I'm feeling pressure. But it's more support. Every once in a while you get a little bit of pressure from people who are begging, like,
that's
you need
true.
to get this over.
No, that's true. Yeah, because they bet on probably the number of hot dogs he eats.
What is the over, by the way? They're asking him. I think some people are putting the over at 74 or 72.
Oh, that's how he has to go.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, like over under, like will he bet? You bet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
74, 72 is high, says Joey, even though the record is 76. And it's going to be hard for me to push myself. Oh, no. I know, like minute 6, if I have a chance at the record. I have a tendency to get lazy if I don't think I can get the record. We've seen this. I would love to get the over. I'm really going to try hard. Because that's the thing. If he senses the record's out of play, he slows down,
Well, that makes
he
sense.
knows he'll
He
win.
doesn't want to, why make yourself ill? I mean, if...
So, you mentioned Kobayashi before.
Yeah.
Which has been your sweetest victory?
Whoa.
The first one, really amazing, beating Kobayashi for the first time was awesome. I go back 3 years ago, I had a broken leg with a cast on. And like 2.5 weeks before my mom passed away. And less than a week later, my dog died. Well, he's killing 72 dogs at that table.
Exactly. That's his karma. That's the Buddhist version.
Oh my God, and that was the year, during the contest, a protester got in front of me.
Oh, he had a broken leg at the time? Oh my God.
Everything, he was Superman back then. Everything was going wrong that year. It was like stars, like fuck the worst year.
Yeah.
I was still able to get it done.
He won, yeah.
After competition, do you go to dinner that night?
Oh.
No. No, I'm in bed.
Oh.
Sometimes I go for a walk. If I get up from sleeping, I can. Maybe some yogurt.
Oh, God.
Maybe a little salad. All right. I don't really have much until the next day. Even if I'm not hungry, I'm trying to eat salad just to keep things moving.
Oh, yeah.
Very
good.
smart. Oh, by the way, I'm not showing you all the imagery
Oh.
of Joey. He's not mentioning anything about the controversy.
Maybe you will. You have more to read, no?
Because remember, Joey Chestnut skipped the Coney Island festivities last year to, because of contractual disputes.
No, that's true.
Did something else for like the military and the VA, which was cute.
That was lame.
And how about, what was the sickest you ever got?
Oh, God.
Oh my God, he says.
Yes.
There's been a couple of times when I talk about heat, it's because of the hot days. If I'm devastated before the contest, I can tell like right after the food's not settling, and if my body's going to reject it.
Meaning vomit or
Well,
poo-poo? Vomit.
Probably both. But the only way you get better is by getting your body to accept it. Something I don't necessarily practice for is to be dehydrated. I want to say 2006 because it was probably my worst time getting sick, but it's been a while. Fan favorite. What is your mindset the night before? Stay calm. I watch some of my old practices. I'm in bed before 9. Wake up about 5 a.m. and start doing stretches and yoga and burping exercises. See, that's the one thing. We're doing those exercises on your thing, and you're doing Noom and all of that. And what's the one we're doing? What do we call it? The exercises that we've been, those video things. But they don't have the burping exercises to get my stomach loose and stretched after sleeping. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be rooting for Joey, the legendary Joey Chestnut. Will be.
It was a good interview, right?
Yeah. Well, but Serby didn't ask about the impossible meats or any of that. I guess he can't. It's that was probably off the table of what happened and how he approached.
Did Joey Chestnut have to give up sponsorship of Impossible Meat when he's now back at the Nathan's Championship thing? Yes.
Oh.
AI says. So AI says.
Oh, AI.
It's AI. I don't know. It says yes. Joey Chestnut had to give up his sponsorship with Impossible Foods, in order to return to the Nathan's. He signed a new agreement with Nathan's, an international federation of competitive eating, that allowed him to compete. This agreement stipulated that he would only endorse Nathan's hot dogs.
Wow.
Here, I'll give you the link.
But he's probably making a lot better money than he was 2 years ago, if he wins. But even probably for competing or coming in second or third or something. Hold on, let's just see this. With the 2025 contest less than 3 weeks away, this was written 3 weeks ago, Chestnut said he has agreed to endorse only Nathan's hot dogs. Wow.
That's probably a better deal for him. I mean, he didn't do well with the other one, you know?
He declined to disclose financial terms of the deal.
He shouldn't have to.
And said he is still working with Impossible Foods. George Shea, the founder of the eating thing, and he's the announcer, the great announcer, confirmed that Chestnut is clear to compete. We're very excited to have Joey Chestnut back. We believe it's going to be the best contest ever. Anybody even remember who won last year? Patrick Bertoletti won the men's competition, but he ate only 58 hot dogs in 10 minutes and buns, 18 shy of Chestnut's record of 76. Chestnut had won 16 of the 17 past men's competitions until last year, and said he began training in May for this contest this Friday. It'd be great to make a new record, he said. If I can get close to 80, that would be amazing. I will be there. I will be watching, cheering, masturbating, anything I can do to help him. I think it's Friday. Won't it be July 4th?
I don't know.
Oh, no, they're not doing it on Sunday, are they?
I don't know. When is Nathan's hot dog eating contest in 2025? Date July 4th.
Yes, high noon.
We saw the guy who did it on Facebook.
Yeah, because we don't get ESPN2 or whatever, ESPN7 that broadcasts the thing, and half the time cuts out their feed.
Where can I watch Nathan's hot dog eating contest on streaming video? Oh, this guy, Dutch Maz, did it last year.
Oh.
Remember, he has it. Dutch Maz is the guy.
That's right. Yeah, if he's doing it again, yeah.
It says ESPN. You can also active script, Fubu, Hulu, Sling, Direct, or YouTube TV. We don't have YouTube.
Well, we have to pay. YouTube TV, you have to pay. All of these have to pay a little bit.
This is Bartoletti.
Oh, this is the guy who won
I don't remember.
last year. Yeah.
But Joey's thing
It was like Pete Davidson.
But Joey's things was really sad. It was they were eating pizza. It's like they didn't really have competitors. It wasn't. I'm glad that he's back where
Yes.
But I feel bad because Impossible Meats. What happened?
No, he can still stump it. He still has a connection to them.
Yeah, but he can't support.
Well, not this month, I guess. Not right before the Nathan's Championship.
Of course.
But I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. I'm going to be there. I will not physically be there. Even though we passed Coney Island coming into New York the last couple of times.
If we wanted to be there, we could have been there.
Oh, man.
And Mickey Sudo may be there again, I hope.
Oh, I know she had a kid, but she's probably still eating for the women. Did they even mention the women?
No, I didn't look.
And if you do get ESPN or ESPN2 and they're covering the hot dog thing, don't forget,
Yeah.
right after the hot dogs, they've got the cornhole championship. So it's a banner day for sports on July 4th.
Ew, she's eating pumpkin. I'm like, oh.
But this is America. America is shoving hot dogs down your throat until you're sick, and then tossing bean bags into a hole called a cornhole. That is what America means to me. And it means so much to me, as does doing this program, The Dave's Gone By, Facebook, your podcast, your Programmio of the stream. I am Dave Lefkowitz. You've been watching the 988th episode of the program, live on June 28th. We're going to get this episode up for you to share with people because you don't want to miss, or if you enjoy it, you want to share the Pablo Lewin thing. You probably want to share this segment. Just made me hysterical. All of it will be up in about 24 hours, if not earlier. It'll be already on Facebook. We thank you for watching. We should be here next Saturday, July 5th, with a 989th episode of the Dave's Gone By program. So until then, don't miss your Dave's going by. I pledge allegiance to the Daverhood in the United States of America and to the nonsense for which it stands. One program under Dave, indivisible, indefatigable, with comedy and justice for all. Om ha ha ha, wei san myo, yay, so ha. Ha 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 ha.
Days gone by.